Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
We are rolling. Welcome to the Come Up. We got John Santiago on the show today, baby.
Yes. Damn, I'm glad to be one of the first people on here because I know this is going to scale. Cole, and I know you're going to have something special going on here because look at it. You're investing so much time into this, dude. I was just like, we were talking. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You found something, you know?
What I love about it already is that I have a lot of energy that I want to put into something, but it does feel hard at times, like deciding what to put that into, because I don't enjoy, it's not like fun for me just to put it into anything. Like, yeah. I have to enjoy it for I don't know, for it to, I guess, satisfy me, to burn that energy. And this is giving me, especially right now, like something to put all that energy towards, and I can work on it myself. Like with acting, I kind of struggle with coming from sports. Like there's definitely things I could do on my own, and I probably should be doing more of those things.
What do you mean by like on your own?
Like at home.
Like you're talking about like working?
Yeah, like say training or like doing drills like by yourself, or literally just working out, like a workout at home by yourself.
Oh, okay.
Like there's things I can do that I know of, but I think just because I am newer at that, I still want someone there to be telling me like if I'm doing it right or wrong. Like I don't want to be practicing bad habits and things. Yeah. So I don't feel I can satisfy, I guess, that feeling of working on something by myself completely alone, as like you could sports. Like obviously as like football or something, you need someone to throw to you, but you could do like footwork training but completely by yourself. Mm-hmm. Or, you know, just stabilizing prehab shit, or mm-hmm. you know, just literally working out. So that is kind of getting directed into this, especially now, fucking COVID, all the gyms in LA being closed. I can't even go to the gym.
Gyms just opened up here in Minnesota.
Did they?
Yeah, like last Saturday. I got my first workout back in a gym last Saturday.
Last Saturday?
Yeah.
They're not closed again right now?
No, they're like at 25% capacity or something like that. So I don't know. It switches all the time, but it is limited. But yeah, it just opened up. We were shut down for 4 weeks since November something.
Yeah.
November 20th. It was like right before my birthday. But yeah, and to be honest with you, I didn't train shit.
It's hard.
I did like a little yoga in here with Keeks, but like I didn't do anything.
It's hard at home because I've been doing home workouts, but again, it's just not obviously the same type of workout. It doesn't feel it. I think I should definitely, once gyms do open up, maybe incorporate that type of shit, body weight workouts, into what I'm doing more. But I miss weight. Like I miss.
It's different.
Yeah, I miss
like you said, it's
benching,
hard.
inclining, even squatting. I miss just having a fucking bar. I haven't been to a gym. I haven't stepped foot in a gym, and I think since March.
Damn.
Like it's been like 8 or 9 months.
I didn't know it was closed out there like that.
Yeah, they have not.
I thought they opened up a little bit.
I think because they opened up for a little bit, restaurants and everything at one point, and I think gyms might have opened at that point, but it was really short.
Oh yeah.
So from the beginning, since March, they were closed. I ended up coming home for a little bit, as you know, mm-hmm. and was here till I think I went back in the beginning of June or something like that. And then sometime in there, everything sort of opened up again from like pressure by the people wanting things to be open. And then as things got soon after that spiked again, they closed indoor restaurants again. I don't know if you heard that.
Little dinosaur noise.
Yeah, little throat burp. But they never, gyms have been closed since. There are some that have outdoor space.
Oh yeah, I forget you're in LA.
Yeah, that can still do it. And I'll see a lot of, like living downtown, there is a gym literally on the corner, but they're doing like HIIT workouts on the sidewalk, mm-hmm. which isn't what I'm trying to do.
Stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'll even see workout groups just in a random parking lot. Mm-hmm. I think like there's an F45 at the bottom of my building, and I think those trainers And there's like an Orange Theory, literally the building across the street. I think those trainers do classes in this little park area, but it's like what is the rowing machines?
Yeah.
So they're not exactly either what I'm trying to do, and it's more than I want to pay.
So like, you know, gyms that are like garage type gyms
Mm-hmm.
with like big garage doors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are those still open out there, or is it kind of just like?
See, that's what I'm not sure about. There's probably gyms I can go to that I'm just not aware of, because I think the one that does the sidewalk workouts, they kind of have that type of deal where they have a big garage door in the front. Honestly, this gym that I'm talking about has one of the big Kobe and Gigi murals on it that you've probably seen on Twitter. But they have like a big garage door that I think is their front, so I can see in there. Like they have turf area. It's kind of like the lab.
Oh yeah.
At least from what I can see inside, with just I guess having turf and that type of environment to work out in. But I don't know if you can even be in there, because all their workouts I see are right out on the sidewalk, and the sidewalks are dirty as fuck. So
Yeah, fuck
that's something I don't want to be doing either. But there's, because I was doing 24 Fitness. That was my gym out there. It's like a mega franchise gym. Like hundreds of locations out there.
Oh, okay.
Kind
of like Snap over here or something.
Yeah.
What is it called? Anytime?
Anytime, yeah, because Anytimes they're like big box gyms, right?
Anytime are like, yeah.
Snap is kind of smaller.
Anytime, I mean, you can see Anytimes that are really small, and then you can see
Some that are big.
Yeah, Anytime. So it's like, yeah, I kind of know what you mean.
Yeah, because there were big box gyms, but there was just so many of them. And honestly, those ones were dirty, because I went to Experience here, and right before I left, they had the brand new ones, so they were really fucking nice. And then going there, the 24s are nice, but there's just a lot of people in California, especially LA, so every location, there was a lot of people that would go there, and they just kind of always felt dirty. So then adding COVID to that, like when it was open briefly, I didn't go.
Yeah.
I ended the membership when the pandemic happened, and it was clear things weren't going to be opened up for a while. And yeah, I think it was less than a month that they were even open. But I ended the membership, and already feeling kind of dirty there. I didn't want to be there. But there are some, with outdoor locations or outdoor space that, when I've looked it up, they say they're open now. But I don't think any of those are downtown. And literally the one that's on the corner there is like $45 a week.
Oh yeah, screw that.
It wasn't, yeah.
Fuck that.
24 was $50 a month. But yeah, the other one, which was still a lot more than Experience here, but
yeah.
Yeah, that one was like $45 a week or $35 a week. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that right now.
That was like with me. I mean, when shit got shut down in March or whatever, when we came back, I was trying as much like to stay in shape and shit, like going to the lab, trying to find some other trainers around Minneapolis area to just kind of stay in shape for it, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I thought we were gonna come back, but yeah, I grateful that I found the lab. And I was working out there. I loved it there for a while there.
You like the trainer there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's an awesome guy, man. The thing I like about him is he's personal. You know, he likes to get to know you as a person rather than just kind of come in, train, shit like that, then kick you out the door.
Yeah.
No, he was there, and he would grind for me too. Like, he woke up, do one-on-one session with me at like 5 a.m. before he went and worked another job too.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What's his name?
Oh shit, man, what's his name? I'm about to look him up.
Yeah, look it up so we can give him a little shout out. Give him the props.
I don't know. I literally just talked to him.
Cause is he still giving you programs?
He'll give me like Antoine. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Antoine. Yeah, Coach Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker. Doing a great job,
Antoine. Thank you so much, man. He's a great trainer out in the Blaine area. If anybody's trying to go train around here, St. Francis guys, Coon Rapids guys, Nook County guys, he's the go-to guy around here.
North Minneapolis suburbs.
He knows his shit. Yeah. So he trains out of this place called the Lab Athletic over. It's like Ham Lake, East Bethel area. Nice little gym. Perfect for like athletes and like functional fitness, not just like kind of get in the gym and push weight around type stuff, like functional fitness. There's a little turf in there. There's basketball courts. It's really an emphasis on basketball and stuff, as you know. But and football too. I mean, it's got turf in there. It's got batting cages. And I mean, even if you do like to just push weights and stuff like that, they got like that 2 floors of that.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of work since I was in there last. I know because I talked to Chad and just about plans he had. So I haven't probably seen exactly where it's at now, but he was gonna do a lot, and it sounded really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, Antoine, like I said, Antoine knows his stuff, and he puts a lot into it. Puts a lot of effort into like trying to find the perfect program for you. So yeah, but like I was saying, it got expensive though. Not gonna lie.
Because you were doing one-on-ones with him.
Yeah, I was doing one-on-ones with him. I mean, anybody you get one-on-ones with is gonna be expensive. So like, I was racking up a bill, and it kind of sucked. So I just kind of, I told Antoine, I told him my situation and stuff, and I gotta find another avenue right now and just kind of think about my financial situation, kind of have my own thing. I've worked out so much in my days and trained so much that like I know what to do. It's just it's nice to have somebody there with you, because you know it's fucking hard training by yourself.
They'll push you.
Yeah, exactly. You need somebody to push you sometimes, and Antoine was really good at that. So that's why I kept with him. But then when that bill started racking up, man, I had to go do stuff on my own.
And that's when you would just get the programs from him?
Yeah, so
right?
he'd send me like just like home programs and stuff that I could just do at home, or I got a gym here in my apartment complex that I can use. It's super nice.
And that's open now, right?
Yeah, now it is. It was closed for like the past 4 weeks, like I said, but yeah, it's got everything in there that I can do, and he sent me a good resume for that and took off with it. So that's what I've been doing.
Is the XFL are your coaches reaching out and like giving you guys programs? They're not giving you programs or things to be working on?
Nothing, man. The XFL it's dead right now. It doesn't exist right now.
It doesn't exist?
It's
even though The Rock came in?
Yeah, it exists, but like it's just kind of pencil on some paper right now.
Yeah,
Cause
it's just a legal entity, basically.
Exactly. It's just got bought out by the Rock. And he's probably doing stuff to get his staff in place, but right now, I haven't heard anything from that.
Nothing?
He hasn't hired anybody. It's kind of just him and Garcia right now.
Who's Garcia?
That's his partner.
His business partner?
That I think it's his ex-wife or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think I might have read that too, because his whole investor group, I think his ex-wife, don't believe me on this, but I think his ex-wife might be like his manager or something still, even though they're not together.
They still work together.
Yeah.
And so when March hit, everybody got fired. Like, it went bankrupt. So like, they sell it to the bank takes it, and it's like that entity, and then went for sale in July, and then the Rock bought it. But the thing is, he didn't buy everybody's, like, our contracts were still they're just still there.
They're still fucked.
They never got paid out. They never got anything like that. But yeah, right now with that, it's just kind of something up in the air. You don't know what's going to happen. Is The Rock going to hire me again? Is The Rock going to hire the same staff? Is The Rock going to hire the same coaches? Like, everything is going to change.
Yeah.
So, it's football, but it's a business. And this is that business part of it that sucks. You can't just kind of, he had my contract. He's just going to re-up it. It's up in the air. I'm assuming, I hope he just kind of re-ups everybody's contract, because, we were doing really well, and sales were coming in, revenue was being made, and in all aspects, even though, I was on Seattle, but in Seattle, we were kind of one of the worst teams, but we still made money. We brought in,
your fan base was still legit.
Yeah, we brought in like 40,000 fans a game, and like CenturyLink was popping when we were playing.
Yeah.
So like,
I came to a game, bro. It was legit.
Yeah,
I'd never obviously been there for Seahawks, but that was my first time being in Seattle. But it was fun.
Yeah,
and it was cold weather. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they didn't care at all.
Yeah, and that Seattle thing. Like, when I moved to Seattle, I saw how like Seattle fucking loves sports,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fucking awesome to see because we fit in there. We went in there. You see all of our posters all over the city and shit, and like we're walking down the street because we live downtown
Mhm.
in like a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, XFL isn't the NFL, so we didn't have like $1 million to like have our own facilities and like shit like that. And the NFL's not gonna let us use their facilities.
Mhm.
We're like a competitor for them, you know.
Yeah.
So we like practiced at this kind of community field type thing in the middle of Seattle.
Was it dirt or like a turf field?
No, it was a turf field.
turf
It was a nice field. It was mostly for like soccer games and like
yeah.
shit like that. It had a lot of stands, like high rise stands
Yeah.
and shit. But yeah, we practiced there. We'd take the train to freaking practice every day, so we'd walk around downtown and stuff. And like the fans knew who we were. We wear our Seattle Dragon stuff, and everybody like, oh, you guys play for the Dragons, stuff like that. And it was cool to see. That's what I'm trying to get to, is that Seattle freaking, they love their sports out there.
You liked being there?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it was rainy. I'm not gonna lie, it was rainy a lot. We had to practice in some rain a lot. But Seattle's beautiful, man. That's the second time I was out there. I played there once in college, but I didn't get to see it like living there. And
Yeah.
like 30 minutes from the mountains, you see the
Mhm.
water right there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hippies everywhere, and a lot of homeless everywhere. But it's a cool city, and there's a lot of culture behind that city. That's what I really liked. And it's just a cool place to be in general. You got the fish market. We were like 2 blocks from the fish market.
Yeah,
so
was
we
it what is that called?
Pike's Place.
Pike's Place, yeah.
Pike's Place is dope. If you haven't been to Pike's Place, I highly recommend you go,
Yeah.
because
Bunch of food to try too, and they got all the samples.
they'll be throwing fish at you and stuff. I think me and Kiki went down there, and then those guys that kind of sit on this like big platform.
Yeah, with the
They're
fish
yelling all
throwing
the
thing.
orders. Yeah, they're like yelling the orders and shit. And then Kiki and I were looking at the fish, and Kiki, she hates seafood.
Yeah.
So we go up and we like look at the octopus or something, and they play games with you because we went and looked at the octopus, and they could tell that Kiki didn't like the octopus. So like it's like a fake octopus. It's not one that they serve,
Mm-hmm.
and they like move it so it like looks like it's alive. And Kiki got freaked the fuck out.
She thought it was alive.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't think that he could control it because he's like way far back.
Oh, he got it like on a stick?
Yeah, and he just made it move a little bit, and she freaked out. But
That's funny.
but
She
yeah,
screamed?
yeah, I'm pretty sure she screamed.
Yeah, that's funny. I could tell
She's
when I
probably
was
gonna
there.
give me shit. Like, I didn't scream, or
Oh, that's all right. She
Yeah.
probably won't even. Maybe she won't watch this. I don't. She'll probably watch because you're on it.
yeah.
But-
Let's hope so.
I remember when we came to watch one of your games, and then me and Kat hung around for like a day or so. I remember watching them fuck with people.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to not make eye contact with those guys because like they're probably gonna throw something at me. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Throw a salmon at you while
Yeah.
you're walking by.
Yeah, I just look at them like, hey, and then look somewhere else. Don't open the door for that shit. But yeah, man, were you there in the summer? Did you get there when it was nice weather?
No, so our season started in December of 2020. Well, no,
2019.
2019. Yeah, jeez. 2019. It was like December 3rd or something. I flew out there, and we had like OTAs and stuff, just like workouts and like getting to know the team, and meeting with the coaches and stuff, and learning the playbook. But we didn't start. And then, funny thing is, we were there for December, for like, it was like 3 or 4 weeks or something. We're OTAs, and we flew home, and then for Christmas, and then everybody flew to Texas, and we all had training camp in Houston. And that was something really unique to the XFL, but it was really cool because like you had all the teams in one place, and we all kind of practiced separately, but then we would have scrimmages and stuff. So like, you know how the NFL has preseason? That was kind of our like preseason. We they were testing the league out, so like they had the TV broadcasters come out, and like they'd do those interviews on the sidelines and stuff. Like, you know, you seen those interviews?
Like mock interviews?
No, like like mock interviews
Mm-hmm.
during our scrimmages and stuff. But like those interviews were like, it's very XFL like you'll get done with a play or somebody will throw a pick. They'll go right up to the QB and be like, what were you thinking on that play? What the fuck are you thinking? Like, and then like people will be salty too. They come back to the sideline. You just throw a pick. You want to just kind of get your mind right and shit. And you got a reporter in your face. Hey, what were you thinking on that play?
The fuck on that face.
Exactly. I had one of my teammates. I remember it was the first game. One of my teammates, he's an old lineman. We were losing to the defenders, and it was against Cardale Jones, and Cardale was going off, and we weren't doing so hot on offense, and the reporter went up to him and was like, "So what do you have to do to get this game together?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. We gotta get our fucking shit straight, man." Like, he just started saying F-bombs up to Wazio on national television.
Are they live?
Like it was live. It's totally live. So like, he's saying all like swearing up a storm and stuff. And this is like one of the first interviews and stuff of the league. And this is just a perfect start to it.
Yeah.
But it was stuff like that was cool though about the XFL, you know? Like the NFL doesn't do it. It's very professional and stuff like that.
Did
it's kind of rock
they care
solid.
that he was cussing or?
No, they didn't. Like they didn't give a fuck. It was just like it was cool. That's what they wanted. They wanted personality. That's one of the first things they kind of said to us is like, this will kind of show personality of the players and show like the real side of players rather than just, you know, X's and O's going out there and banging heads.
Well, they probably want you guys to get I mean, that makes sense business-wise to start getting memes and people retweeting and sharing videos. I remember seeing that even in Seattle. I don't remember what the video was, but there was a couple viral videos of, I think, your guys' team on Twitter.
Probably. Our media coordinator he was a good guy, and he had a lot of tricks up his sleeve. We would do some funny shit with everything. But yeah, that's what they wanted. They wanted stuff like that.
Yeah, just to give awareness.
Exactly, and they did a good job. Like they were doing a good job marketing. If you ever seen an XFL like their Twitter, man, that was one of the best professional professional leagues Twitter ever. Or like their Instagram. Yeah, he was one of the best marketers like ever. I don't know what his name is, but shout out to him. He did a good ass job just marketing the XFL and stuff.
Just funny.
Yeah, funny ass shit. If you go on there now, let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah, but if you go on there now, some of the stuff. It's like so like when the league shut down.
Did he keep going? That would be funny as fuck.
It would, yeah, but like he ended it perfectly. It was like a shit, you gotta just see it. But like when the league ended, and then he put like Toby Maguire or something. They've added some stuff to it now, but like
that'd be funny.
This is when it ended.
Oh, yeah, the Jake Gyllenhaal.
Just like leaving, and that was the last of it. Yeah, that was it. I mean, that was the end of his freaking reign.
Well, that's funny.
But yeah, like he did shit like that throughout the whole season, and like we went viral so many times. He went viral so many times with so much different stuff, just from just being himself and stuff. So like it was really cool. That was a cool side of like professional sports to see, because like it's not all freaking professional and stuff like that. Like we're out there, we're playing a game, like we're having fun. Yeah, you know, you're like grown men having.
And it's
fun
an emotional ass game, so that is kind of a more fun perspective than the NFL of all professional political correctness type shit, trying to kind of hide the emotion basically from the game. Because you're fucking hyped up out there. You're literally smashing into each other full sprint.
Yeah, exactly.
Time after time after time after time again. Like you're probably going to be in a different headspace.
Exactly. and it's just like the side that, I mean, you can vouch for this, like football and the brotherhood and stuff like that. That's the shit that matters, and that's the cool shit, you know? That's the stuff that fans don't see. You know, people just watching the sport. You don't know how those guys interact on a day-to-day basis. You don't know how much time they spend together, how much, what they sacrifice to get to that point. You know,
especially professional.
Exactly.
Like even in high school, it's definitely a thing, but I would imagine it's even multiplied in college, and then even multiplied in any professional league. Yeah,
like these are like grown ass men, taking time away from their families to go play a game. You know, like
especially the XFL.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not all those guys obviously probably want to be in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a lot of them, maybe they feel like their last chance, or they're so close and they know they're sacrificing what probably a regular career, a normal 9 to 5, or like you're saying, leaving your family, going across the country, you moving to Seattle, all that shit.
I mean, I was thankful because I'm only 20. I was only 23 when I went in, so like I didn't really have anything to lose. But like you got people that are, I mean, my QB BJ Daniels, he was 30 years old, 31 years old. I mean, he didn't have like a family and kid. I mean, he's got family, but he didn't have like kids and stuff. But Evan Rodriguez, he was a tight end on my team. He had 2 kids, a wife, and he brought him with. He moved him across the country, all the way from New Jersey, all the way to Seattle to play a game. Just to put that in perspective. How much it means to us and how much it means to. It's like guys like me trying to chase their dream, try to go get things. It's still relevant to them as 30 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just something to put in perspective when you think about football players and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not always just kind of X's and O's, like easy life. You sacrifice a lot for everything, and you really saw it, with the XFL.
Yeah, I feel like anything you do, this football is physical. Obviously, everyone knows that. If you haven't played it, you don't know how much. But even guys who are healthy aren't healthy. Like, you're beating the shit out of your body. If you're playing, that doesn't mean you're not hurting. But you're literally sacrificing, obviously, time, everything in everything that comes with that. But you're sacrificing your health. And again, you have to be in this mental state. Especially at that level where you're competing in a professional league. Like, you have to go hard every fucking play.
Yeah. You're fighting for a job.
Exactly. And I think anything in life doesn't have to just be football. Like, that's that difficult. If you're doing it in a group, like, that group of people is probably going to get really close.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. And, yeah, like I said, you're fighting for a job. You're fighting every snap. You're fighting for way more than when you're in college and stuff, you're just going to school. But like, you're fighting for your family. Your family's on your back. You got that name on your back. That's what everybody you're fighting for, and that's what your story is. You carry that with your name, and yeah, every snap is a battle, and it's something that you got to kind of think about when you're playing professional, because everything's changing. You're a grown man. You're playing with a grown man. People, this is their job, and they don't want you to take this away from them, And every time they mess up, it looks bad on them. And that jeopardizes everything their name is on, So, yeah, it's just like kind of you put it in perspective like that, and you see like how deep it really is. And you see like how much these guys are fighting, and how much, it means to them, and how much they kind of put into this game. And we're trying to make livings out of it. And we're trying to change our lives, and ultimately get to that goal of playing in the NFL, making millions of dollars and living the good life, and playing the sport you grew up playing, and doing it for a living, and making money doing it,
Hopefully love it. This just came to my head right now, I guess. Did you encounter, like, was it clear guys on your team who were good enough to be at that level in the XFL who didn't love it? They were just good enough to be there, which is clearly really good, but they didn't.
Yes and no. You see those guys who is kind of like it's something that I feel like you're forced to do. I don't know. It's weird, because everybody's usually pretty passionate about the game if you're playing professionally. If you're not, then you can tell the way you play and stuff. But yeah, there's some guys who kind of take their talent for jeopardy, if that's what you're trying to say. And like, they have so much potential, have so much talent, and they have so much God-gifted ability that their attitude and stuff towards the game it's kind of disgusting, because like they're kind of just throwing all that away.
Yeah.
And you see that, and you see that at all levels though. You see that at professional levels. You see that college levels. You see that in high school levels. You see people kind of throw it away. But yeah. But mostly everybody kind of loves it. You born, if you're playing it for this long, then it's in your blood. You
Mhm.
know, you gotta love this thing, or else you're gonna be at home working a 9 to 5.
Yeah. And are you talking more on the field or kind of off the field, or both, I guess?
Both.
The
I mean,
activities.
some people would be on the field, some people would be off the field, some people it's just like both. You know,
Yeah.
they just don't really take it seriously.
Yeah.
And mostly those guys, they won't last long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not born to play this game. You know, if you're not passionate about it, you can see it, and you're not gonna make it that far in this business. So yeah, you see it, and it's sad to see, but yeah, they get weeded out eventually.
Yeah. How many guys did you start with, like in training camp? The roster size.
Yeah,
Like, were they big cuts?
Yeah, we had a lot of cuts. It was like a 25% of people probably came in.
So you probably came in with like, do you know what the final roster number was?
Final roster was
So
53.
NFL's 52, 53.
It was like the same.
The same.
Yeah, it was like the same. It was like there's like weird rules when it came to practice squad players and stuff like that. But active, it was like, it might have been like 48 to be honest, something like that. It's a small differential from the NFL, but yeah, a lot of people got cut. A lot of good players got cut during like those final cuts in the XFL. But yeah, a lot of good players, man.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's something that you can't control. You can only control the thing that you do. And when it came to me and my skill set, I contributed. I showed that I can contribute enough to the team where they could keep me, and I was a valuable asset. And I think I proved that. I mean,
clearly,
I didn't get the opportunities I wanted at wide receiver, but it didn't matter. You know, like I said, you can do what you can control, and that was kick return for me. And that new rule and everything, it was pretty cool. I took advantage of it. I put it in my tool belt and just kind of ran with it, and it worked out well for me. So
we got you had the highest return average in the league, right?
Yeah, I led the league in return yards.
Yeah. We got the highest kick return, best kick return in the XFL here. Come on, NFL, what the fuck you guys doing?
Man, yeah.
Give it an opportunity. Come on. Aren't the Vikings? I haven't been watching the Vikings a lot because I don't get them on TV out in LA, but I've heard that people are not happy with their returners.
No, I was just Kiki could tell you, man. I'm sitting here watching Monday Night Football, watching all the games on Sunday, and I'm just saying, man,
give me a shot.
How is that? I mean, just like, if he can do it, I can do it. You know, there's always aspects like that, but
100%.
There's things, like I keep saying, like there's things that are out of your control, and opportunities. You need to take advantage of every opportunity. And I mean, I'm not done playing football, so I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna get there, but
yeah. So you're still 2021 or 22 when XFL slated to come back.
Yeah, they're supposed to come back. The Rock is supposed to return 2022. Hopefully I get a shot. I'm assuming that they're gonna do this tryout thing like they did on 2019. They did. That's when I like drove to LA and stuff, and I had a tryout at Long Beach.
Was the whole league there?
No, so they held like tryouts at every city. They had an LA team, so I didn't even play on that LA team.
But the LA team is what you gave you that tryout?
Yeah. So
and
like
Seattle drafted you.
Yeah. So like I was drafted, I think like 6th round or something. The wide receivers, or like 4th. I don't even know, but it was pretty high. I didn't think it was gonna be that high, honestly. I mean, I'm grateful, totally grateful, but I mean that just if you're drafted like that, that means that people are looking at you and like teams are looking at you, and mostly if you're drafted high like that, a lot of teams have interest, so like somebody wants to grab you. So that was a good sign for me, you know, just going into camp and going into a team and an organization. And it was really promising to me because, I mean, everything before that was kind of just like, oh, man, I'm so close. Oh, man, I'm so close.
Yeah.
And then this is just like, wow, like somebody believes in me, you know? And that's something, it's just like a little confidence boost that you
100%.
believe, that you just like, you love to see. So, yeah, your mom ever tell you that story when I got drafted?
Which story?
Just like where I was and like, so I was para, like you were at Webster.
Yeah.
And I was in class with elementary school or the kindergartners.
Yeah.
And I got a call from Coach Zorn, it was Coach Kirksey at the time, the wide receiver coach of Seattle. He's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Hey, I'm working.
I had to step out of the classroom and everything. I'm pretty sure.
Did you know it was him?
No. I mean, I knew the draft was that day. Obviously, I knew the draft was that day. But I wasn't expecting anything because, like, all I really had was my college tape, and I had a little bit of Canadian tape under my belt, but nothing much. But, I mean, I figured it was them. I didn't know which team it was.
Yeah.
I just picked it up, and, it said Seattle in the little
area
caller
code?
ID thing, yeah. And hey, how you doing? He's like, "Hey, it's Coach Kirksey here from Seattle Dragons." I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" He's like, "You want to come play in Seattle?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to come play in Seattle." He's like, "Yeah, all right, well, we just took you, so get your things packed."
Hell yeah.
Get your things packed, and we're going to get ready to work. And I was just like, thank God. I ran down to your mom's classroom and gave her a big hug and stuff.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was a pretty special moment for me.
That's dope.
And, that's kind of how the XFL happened.
That's so fucking sick. She probably told me that story, honestly. Probably around that time.
Yeah, and then those little elementary school or the
kids,
they like made a big sign for me. Made that video that kind of went viral on Twitter or something.
Was that in the gym?
I would say viral. A couple people saw it, but like my team put it on their page and stuff. So that's probably what I meant. But a lot like it was like them like saying congratulations.
That's amazing
and stuff. So
they'd be
was
so
really cool.
excited.
Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool moment for me and my family.
Yeah, 100%.
Everybody that supported me so far.
So for anyone who doesn't know, John is dating and with my younger sister. So there's family ties here. And
I should have mentioned that earlier in the video.
No, that's all right. I'm sure
Shout out Kirsten.
Most people know.
Yeah.
Well, probably 50-50. We'll see.
Yes, guys, Kiki Oi is my girlfriend.
Yeah. So
she is my support. She is my everything.
Oh,
so
that's sweet.
She does. She supports me. She's supporting me so much, man. It's crazy.
Kiki, you better listen this far.
Yeah, seriously.
You better listen this far into it. I'm not going to tell you.
And it's hard for her, and I know it is because I'm always traveling. I'm never really stable, and she's just like always been there. I mean, through college and everything. Last year's of college, she used to drive up to ND all the time. Spend time with me. She surprised me on my birthday. I came home after workouts, and she was there. Like 7 a.m. Like, what the hell?
Oh, morning workout?
Yeah, morning workout. Like, I had 6 a.m. workouts, and right after workouts, I got home. I was got to get ready for class, and Kiki's on the couch.
Just chilling.
Yeah, I drove 5 hours.
Damn. Was she living in UMD at the time, or was she living?
Yeah, she went to Duluth.
She
was at Duluth at the time, and she'd drive 5 hours. So she had to wake up at like 5 a.m. and start driving. Yeah. So because she was there like right after workouts. Damn. Yeah, but ND, Seattle, when I lived in Tampa, when I was training, Canada. Yeah,
you've been around. You've been bouncing around a lot, but.
Yeah, but I got to talk about my story to these folks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about. I'm kind of jumping all over the place. One thing you guys are probably like, what's going on?
One thing I wanted to ask before you get into that is, because you mentioned, as a professional, you're wearing your name on your back, which I'm sure you were in high school like we did and in college and everything, but it probably does feel more important on a national level. Did you feel that? Did something happen, good or bad, that your mom was calling you? Because I know your mom. I'm like, oh, people are talking about you. I seen so and so saw you, said something about you, like back here in Minnesota, even though you're playing there.
Yeah, like are you talking about like the support?
Yeah, good or bad. Like saying you had a play, like a good or positive or negative play, and you felt the pressure because you saw the reach of someone talking to your mom, like a random person found out who your mom was or said something to her about you out in Seattle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like
saying representing for your family, how you play on the field is like a reflection of you and your family.
Yeah.
Like, did you have an experience like that in Seattle or at UND?
Yeah, I mean, people, they get to know you when you have your name on your back and when you're playing professional. And I mean, when it comes to players and like kind of playing with them, playing against people,
Mm-hmm.
they study you, man. I mean, they want to know their opponent like the back of their hand. I mean, same with me. I want to know my opponents, so I study them, you know. And sometimes they kind of, I mean, they'll dig into your social life and stuff like that. But mostly it's kind of just on the field stuff. The people who really dig into like my life and stuff, in college it was probably the worst. You know, professional, it's not really like that. Yes and no. I mean, you're not really interacting with fans that closely when it's professionally because we got security and everything and kind of like barriers that you can't push. But I mean, in college, man, people would know everything about my family, and it just because I was held to a high standard, and I was like an All-American for 3 years. So like people, when I was a senior and I was a junior and a sophomore, the people knew who I was. You know, that was the guy on tape that's making plays. So like, who is this dude? You know, let's look into his life. Let's start digging into his personal life and stuff. Try to get into my head. You know, because
are you talking about other players?
Yeah, other players, fans. You know, anybody. But yeah, like
Talking shit on the field. About,
talking shit. You know, talking about anything they could find.
Yeah.
You know, they try to talk about your mom. Like some fans are the worst. Usually not players. Fans talk about your mom, your girlfriends. They talk about your friends. You know, like when we play NDSU, they knew everything about me. You know, and I mean they have a hell of a fan base out there. So it's like you really see how much they dig into it and how much they invest into their football program. You know, but yeah, when it came to my family and stuff, college was where like other people kind of knew it more.
Yeah.
Knew about my family more and like digging into my personal life if that's what you're asking. But yeah, just more in college. And professional is yes and no. Sometimes people will know, but like they know who I am. You're like, hey, I follow you on Instagram. Hey, I follow you on Twitter. But nothing really crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, they're more professional about it. It gets dirty in college, though.
Yeah, I could see that. Especially fan bases. Not that professional fan bases aren't drinking, but I would imagine if you're walking through a student section at a big college game, a lot of those kids are
wild,
hammered and wild and just saying whatever the fuck they want.
Unfiltered.
Yeah.
Saying what they want, but...
Do you guys talk about that as a team, I'm sure? Like your coaches? Do they ever mention that? Or is it just kind of like this understanding that, you know, just tune it out?
Tune it out. That's all you can do, and that's something you got to... coaches sometimes will play it, but that's kind of like a common rule you got to know. That's something that'll get into your head and mess with your game. And that's what they're trying to do at the end of the day. So, I mean, yeah, if you're a good player, you learn how to tune that shit out. You don't respond to it. You know, don't mess with it. And don't let it bother you because it'll just ruin your football play, you know. So when it came to that kind of stuff, get it out. Get it out. Weed it out. Yeah, ignore it.
Yeah.
White noise.
White noise, exactly. But yeah, man, so tell me, again, I've known you for a while, but I definitely don't know everything about you. So tell me how football kind of came into your life and just your whole life growing up in general, and then how it, because I'm sure at some point you look back, it sort of shifted into just being this thing you did and were good at, to being, okay, I could actually like go somewhere with this and make this thing important. So yeah, just I guess anything about that, just kind of how you grew up and how your life kind of, at least now you couldn't look back and maybe see how it got focused into football and your experience with that.
Where should I start? I'll go down to Pee Wee. I started playing football in Brooklyn Park. That's where I live now. Brooklyn Park, BPAA, I was in like 3rd grade. I always used to see my brother playing football, and like it was something that I knew I wanted to do. It was something that I loved, you know. Just for like from the start, I see him playing and practicing, and I always try to go out there and play with him. Like even when they're at team practice, I'm like a little toddler running out there trying to play. remember my mom used to have to like pull me back and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was eager to play at a young age, and then when I started playing, I think it was in like 3rd grade. Played in Brooklyn Park. I remember my first team. I still have my first jersey. It was the Brooklyn Park Lions for Brooklyn Park Athletic Association, and yeah, man. I mean, ever since then, it's just kind of been something that I can't even describe. Something that I'm kind of just totally in love with, passionate for, something that I was born to do, something that I mean, God kind of instilled into my life and said, this is for you right now, you know? And I mean, I still feel that to this day. But when I was in 3rd grade, I mean, scoring my first touchdown, it's just like the biggest accomplishment, biggest goal. It's just like a good just like reassurance for you. I don't know, dude. There's so many emotions that go into playing football that it's kind of just hard to pinpoint some. But the biggest thing I can say for me is that I was just so passionate about it from 3rd grade to today. And it's something that I fell in love with at a young age. And every year it's just kind of been something that I'm trying to get better at, something that I'm trying to improve in my life, something that I'm trying to, trying to do because it was just so fun. And every year from there, it just kind of got better and better. And then I played there in Brooklyn Park for about 5 years or something. I even when I moved out to I lived in Andover, but I went to St. Francis. I'd still play football here in Brooklyn Park because I love my coach so much. Coach Eli, he kind of instilled in me at a young age that I'm good at this game. You know, he was somebody that was there for me that was kind of like a father figure for me because I didn't really have my dad growing up. My dad left me at a really young age. So like Coach Eli, he was kind of that father figure in my life that said, this is for you, son. You know, and he invested so much time into me at such a young age that I'm like, man, this guy believes in me, you know? So like I said, he's that father figure for me that's kind of molded me into the player I am today, you know, taught me the morals and ethics of the game, taught me how to be a good person off the field. And I mean, my mom did that. My mom, of course, did that raising me, but like he was just another person that kind of just helped teach me, and in a different aspect, you know, like in football. So he was a guy that, I mean, he's like he's like my dad to this day, man.
Still talk?
Yeah, awesome. And he's just like a good family friend to us, and has done so much for me. Not only as a player, but like as a person, you know. I remember like when my mom didn't have money to get me cleats. Coach Eli would go to Play It Again Sports and pick me up a pair of freaking Land Sharks, you know, just like get me something so I could keep playing for him. He saw the thing, like how much I love the game and how good I could be, you know.
Yeah, he saw your potential for real.
And yeah, I mean that guy, I owe so much gratitude to that man that I could never repay him because of things he taught me. But
how old were you when you first started playing for him?
I was in 3rd grade, so what, like 7 or 6, something like that, somewhere around that. But yeah, he taught me the basics of the game and everything. Like I said, morals, ethics, how to be a good player, how to carry yourself off the field, how to carry yourself on the field, and how to be a better football player in general. So he taught me that, and I carried that on within my life, and to middle school playing in St. Francis, and then high school. But when I really started seeing that like this, it broke big to me that like this is like something I could do for a long time, and that I have abilities that people don't always get is in high school. About 11th grade, 12th grade even. It was late. It wasn't like everybody else where you kind of you know that you're the man in 9th grade. I knew I was good, but I didn't know I was like the man, like really, really good, you know, until like
senior year when I kind of broke off and I started doing things that never have been done at St. Francis, and like breaking records and being nominated for Mr. Football and stuff like that, and being the runner-up for Mr. Football as a senior. That's when I knew, like, this is something that I can do, and this is something that I need to really hone in, you know, and do something. I can change my family's life by doing this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I can do something something monumental to my family.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I kind of just put my head down and grinded, you know. I mean, I used to do that, just kind of go through the motions and stuff throughout high school, like 9th grade, 10th grade. But like 11th and 12th grade, I was like, all right, I need to start grinding. I can go to college, you know, because I was the first person to go to college in my family and graduate. I mean, my brother went to college, and my sister was in the military, and then the other sister, she had kids kind of young, so she didn't have the opportunities to kind of do that. She couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to school now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is my opportunity, you know. I could do something that, and my mom's been working so hard for me my whole life to get me to do these things, like play football and stuff like that. This is a way that I can repay her, you know, and make it big, and do something for my family name. So I put my head down and grinded, and then thankfully got that scholarship to UND, and then went there. And then when I was a freshman, man, I almost quit football, not gonna lie. When I was a freshman in college, because when you get to college, you see like the nuts and bolts, you know. You see how hard it is, and you see the real grind, you know. It's not like high school. You're cutting out that percentage of people. I don't even know, 1%, 2-3% of people go to college, play college, and
yeah, it's real small.
Yeah, and then going to Division I school at that, even though it was FCS, it's still something that, I mean, not a lot of people do. Small percentage of football players do. So, it's real. Like, you go there and they throw a fat book in front of you and say, learn this, and you need to learn this by tomorrow. You know, you need to learn this. You need to know this like the back of your hand, because this is gonna be your life now. You know,
the playbook.
Yeah, exactly. And just like how your life's gonna be when it comes to time management and school, and you're doing.
Does it show
all
your schedule
that.
In there?
Yeah,
like workout schedule and practice schedule.
Yeah, I went there a little early, so I got I was just doing like the workouts at first, but I had to take like 2 online classes.
Mm-hmm.
But still, just that they're throwing everything at you at once, you know, and they're putting a lot of pressure on to see if you can handle it.
Yeah, they do that on purpose, probably to weed out.
Exactly,
yeah.
See if you're gonna crack. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I almost cracked, because I remember sitting in my room with my roommate Tanner, and I was like, man, I don't know if I could do this, because at the time I was a wide receiver being brought in because I was small.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wearing the wide receiver playbook, and that's way different from what I've been playing, you know, playing running back my whole life. And then they throw this wide receiver playbook in front of me, and I'm like trying to learn this. They see, you know, a couple of people get hurt in fall camp, and they're like, hey, John, you know, we know that you're a good running back. Here, learn this now. Learn the running back side of it, but you also got to know the wide receiver side. So they throw 2 playbooks at me in a matter of 1 week, and I'm still trying to learn the cadence, you know, of like ready, set, hut of college, you know, the basics, the fundamentals, and they're throwing all this detailed stuff at me and learn all this, learn all that. Man, I was sitting in my room. It's hot, no AC, middle of camp, and I'm just like, is this really for me? Like, is this really worth it? But man, my boy Tanner talked me out of it and said, we're in this together. You know, you go in there as brothers, that freshman class, you know, you look out for each other, because those seniors and stuff, they want to see you crack. They want to see those guys weed out. And like, we're in this together. And yeah, man, I grinded through, learned both. Next thing you know, my running back coach goes, all right, you're starting versus Wyoming. You know, Josh Allen, he's playing on that team. And
damn, yeah, you were there at the same time. You played him.
Josh Allen was playing. So
fuck.
He's like, you're starting against a FBS team, you know. 40,000 fans in the middle of Laramie, Wyoming, highest elevated stadium in the country. So I mean, elevation, and you're
Wyoming.
yeah, that's the
Damn.
highest elevated stadium in the country.
You always hear about Denver. I didn't even know that about Wyoming.
College Stadium, I think it's like 5,000 feet or something. It's
Yeah.
high up there,
You
and
feel
would
it.
yeah, man. It's. I was doing warm ups. I was over there wheezing, wheezing and everything. But yeah, I remember that game like it was yesterday. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember the flight, the drive. We had like an hour drive from our hotel to the stadium, and we show up and there's yellow everywhere, yellow fans. And I mean, coming from high school, St. Francis, we got like 2,000 people at a game.
Yeah, that had to be a big adjustment.
It was like, what the fuck?
And that was
did I
your
get
first
myself
time.
into? Yeah,
You felt that, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the first game. 18 years old. I didn't even have my beard yet. I had a little goatee. Remember that little goatee I had in high school?
I remember.
I had a goatee. I had no facial hair. I had a little mohawk. And I walked out there for warm-ups, and I still remember the first song there, the song they were playing. It was "We're Chomi Kwan." Walked in, $30,000 in my fucking like, ooh. Yeah, that was the first song. I forget what it's called. Ooh, by Rich Homie Kwan.
Yeah.
I walked there in warm-ups, and I'm like looking up, and I see all these stands and stuff, and I'm like, dang. Here we go. Here we go, man. And then, yeah, it's kind of history from there.
Was that moment like I mean, had you pictured that moment before? Was that like a kind of like a deja vu, dream come true moment? Or was it not really on your mind until you got to that moment, the fans and the difference of that atmosphere?
It wasn't a deja vu moment, that's for sure. It was like a open your eyes.
Like, oh shit, I'm here moment.
Here we go. You know, this is how it's going to go. You rest of your 3.5 years, 4 years in college.
Yeah.
And I mean, right then when I looked up, I was like, I knew this was for me, man. I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. Like, I mean, a lot of people were telling me, like, why'd you go to UND, stuff like that. Like,
versus
like,
other schools.
I knew this was for me. I was like, this is where I need to be right now. This is where God wants me to be. And yeah, man. And then we ended up winning. I had my breakout game. I scored 2 touchdowns. I ran for like 140-something yards as an 18-year-old versus the FBS school. And we got our first win as a Division I school in history. This is our first win versus the FBS team. So, yeah. And then it kind of took off from there. I kind of had the spot ever since. Me and Brady. We ran with it for all 4 years.
He was the same age. He was a freshman too.
Yeah. Yeah, he was 17 at the time because he's in Canada.
Young?
Yeah, he's younger than me.
Fuck.
Yeah, he was 17.
So you guys are both.
Looks like a grown ass man too.
Does he?
Yeah.
He looks older.
He had all those tattoos. I was like, damn, this is what 17-year-olds look like in Canada at the D1 level. I was like, damn. He was all jacked up, big, like I think he was like 215.
Yeah, he was a bigger back, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He was big coming in.
Kind of like a 1-2 punch.
He looked like a grown ass man. I remember that. I was looking at Brady like I looked like a little toddler compared to him.
Bro, but you guys were kind of like who was it? Was it Lindale White? I mean, I'm sure Brady wasn't this big. Remember for the Titans, Lindale White was a big back, and they had Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
Like a 1-2 punch.
That's exactly how it was. Thunder and lightning. That's what they called us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we grew off each other so much and had so much fun.
That moment had to be crazy though, because that's probably so different. Like obviously camp was probably different. Like you're saying, the playbook, everything seemed more serious. But I'd imagine you didn't, until that moment of seeing that many people in the stadium. Like we didn't grow up in Texas where football stadiums are huge.
Yeah.
So that had to be like a really special adrenaline.
It was
crazy pump moment.
It's a lot different than homecoming at St. Francis. That's what it was. But I mean,
yeah, bro. I don't even remember. Like I remember fans.
But our St. Francis homecoming though, don't sleep on it because
we would get packed.
Popping.
Yeah,
And people will wrap around the field, and like it was a fun time. I mean, there's some games in college where I'm like, man, St. Francis brought more energy than this.
Really?
Yeah, you go to some schools and you'd be like
Yeah.
away or something, and there's nobody there. Like it
No
looked like
fan
high
base.
school. Yeah, it looked like high school and stuff. But yeah, I remember times when we were playing together, that homecoming and stuff. That homecoming was popping.
yeah.
And it's just cool.
I think I just tuned it out. I don't know. Maybe you were more aware. Obviously, you were focused too, but maybe my memory of it isn't as good. I remember some fans.
I would
I know they were there for sure. Like, I'm not dumb. Like,
you got to look back on like, just like the film. That's where I really would see it. Like
You went back
don't
on film?
notice that,
Yeah.
of course, when you're playing, but like
yeah,
watching highlights and like seeing like people in the fan, I'm like, dang, we had a lot of people out there.
yeah. Because you'd get the whole stands filled, and then that grassy area with like the younger kids, and then I would wrap around.
And they're on that hill. Everybody, that hill would be packed.
Yeah, that was
All
fun.
the fans would be like, the whole stands would be packed.
Yeah.
They needed to upgrade that stands.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not
Might-
sure how
might
it
collapse,
is now there. I know that place.
I haven't been
That thing
back in
was
a long
old.
time either, but I remember being kind of rickety back then.
Yeah, you step on it.
No.
I really hope they upgraded it. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it for
Dude, I
so
haven't
long.
been in St. Francis maybe twice. I feel like since I graduated, like 6 years, 5 years, I've barely been back there.
Yeah, I went back. I watched the game. The only game I saw was them versus Coon Rapids. I think last year. My nephew was playing for Coon Rapids, so
So you went and
it was
watched.
at Coon Rapids. I watched, talked with Lindy,
Yeah.
Swags. Lindy's the AD now.
Yeah.
Swags coaching, being Swags.
He's head coach?
Mm-hmm. I talked to good old Torsen. Torsen came to a game in college.
Did he?
His wife is like a UND legend,
Really?
basketball player.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that until they announced her and everything. I'm like,
Wait.
dang.
Oh, no.
What about Torsen?
Yeah, I know you.
I
know
you,
coach.
His wife is getting all the recognition, but Torsen's over there
Should have
just
gave him shit.
being her cheerleader.
Go, babe. Yeah, man. No, we definitely would get some fans. Our football fans were definitely, because even on a normal game, our stands, just the stands itself would be pretty full.
Yeah, they did a good job.
I feel like, honestly, as much as I hate giving Chisago props,
They did too.
their stands were big and they were always full. I remember.
They had a good stadium.
Yeah, it was new when we were there.
And it was always intimidating with that stupid fucking cannon.
I forgot about that.
I think haunts me to this day.
Well-
I'll be sitting there, and they'll score, and then boom! I'm sitting on the sideline. Just
Fuck.
feel like you're in Compton for a second.
What pisses me off, dude, is it's funny that things like this still. This will probably piss me off forever. Is when we were on there. Remember when we went there, and we were doing like a team breakdown in the middle of the field, and they ran out
Oh.
and like hit us basically off the center of the field.
Yeah.
I just remember being pissed because I was in the back of our team. No, I'm one person, not that I'm going to take on and fight a whole fucking team. But I just was in the back of our own team, so I never even saw them come out. And then all of a sudden, like, our own guys were just kind of like getting hit back, and it was just like, I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on until afterwards.
I didn't either.
And it was just
I
like,
was in like the middle.
and it was like, that was so dumb. Because at least in my mind, it looked like they just basically, as much as they could, fought and kicked our ass off the center of the field and just like hit us, and we left.
Yeah. And then
But I didn't really know what the hell was going on.
Yeah. And
And
then
then
they kicked our ass.
Yeah, then we lost that fucking game. Was that your sophomore year? That was your sophomore year. 'Cause that was
Yeah.
my junior year.
Yeah, I remember.
That team was.
They were pretty good. They had a couple guys go Division 1. I think they had that big dude, Sergeant or something. Danny, I remember his name because it was like
I do remember that now that you say that.
Sargent. The kicker. He was a kicker, and he's like the middle linebacker at the same
Yeah, he was
time.
a big dude.
Yeah, but he just booted the thing with his toe. It just.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went to NDSU. I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
I think he walked on to NDSU. I don't know if he played much, but he did.
He was a big dude.
And then Josh, Josh Parks. He remember the running back, 28.
Sort of, yeah.
I still talk to him.
Were you friends with him?
Yeah, he's a good dude. He started that Ghost Fit clothing.
I don't know.
It's like he has a clothing line it's
Pretty
called
good.
Ghost Fit. It's really good actually. It has cool design to the logo,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he's doing his own podcast. I'm pretty
That's
sure,
dope.
and he's just like scaling that thing. But he's doing pretty well. It looks like he's dropped a lot of new products from it, and he dropped the woman's line and stuff. But this is his free market.
Yeah.
Free marketing.
Free marketing. Ghost. What is it called? Ghost
Fit.
Ghost Fit. Josh Parks. Let's get in touch, bro. Ghost Fit.
Honestly, I feel like he would gladly get in touch.
I'd
Like,
have him on for sure.
Yeah,
I
for
definitely
sure.
played against him because
He's like an up and coming entrepreneur around here,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure he's been around or been on a couple of podcasts around the Twin Cities area and Metro.
That'd be dope.
So yeah, I'll send him this link or send him your info or something.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, dude, if you want,
I would definitely do that. That's
I'll send
exactly
you
what I
his
want.
stuff, and then
Yeah, that's entrepreneurs. That's what I'm saying. Like artists who are going after something, they're basically an entrepreneur of themselves. And same with athletes. Like your capabilities. You're the product. You're trying to show that off to a coach instead of maybe a market, but because you know what you're worth.
Mhm.
Entrepreneurs are doing that with some sort of product.
Exactly.
And artists, again, are doing that with themselves. And maybe if they're a painter or a musician, then that's the product.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm really realizing is the common way of thinking that all these people I'm talking to in one way or the other are in their own way entrepreneurs,
Mm-hmm.
or they obviously actually are an entrepreneur, and it's really interesting and awesome to hear about. But yeah, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, that
Josh.
team, my junior year, I felt like was such a disappointment. I feel like we were so talented and just did not ever play up to the ability of that team.
I don't know what it was. It was just something that I don't know.
It was a feeling. At least midway through the year when we kept having games where because we kept winning at halftime, we kept being up at the beginning of games and then losing it.
Yeah, we couldn't finish. Yeah, that was a huge thing. Fourth quarters, especially, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember Linkos would have these fucking crazy drills that we like fourth quarter. He'd just say fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Oh shit.
Shit now? Okay. This is where we suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Exactly, and everybody's just fucking horrible.
That's what I get when I, just obviously being a fan of football too, and watch a team like literally the Chargers this year, really talented team, in close with a lot of games. I think over even the last 2 seasons, they've lost like multiple, over 10 games, like 1 possessions where they're winning or something. And it is just this feeling, even in the game, like
It's
like, oh shit,
momentum.
we're winning. Oh, it's third quarter. Oh, they're kind of catching up. Oh fuck, it's fourth quarter. We always lose.
Yeah, it's like
It's in your head.
it is. It's in your head, and it's just a sway of momentum that you just can't get back. That's what I saw with Pittsburgh and the Bengals. Like what was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
Like Pittsburgh had no momentum at all.
They couldn't get going.
And then, they couldn't get going at all. And then you see it. There is a momentum aspect, but then there is just like an attitude that's just cancer. And it's just like this depression, hopelessness. And I've seen it so many times. That's why I can describe it. Like, it's just like it's just disgusting. I hate it. It's something that it's inevitable. It happens, but it's just like your ability for everybody to fight through it. That's what it comes down to. And you just gotta play and forget, dude. It's hard to do. It's either easier said than done.
Oh yeah.
But
did you ever have moments like that at NDS or not NDSU?
UND?
Fuck those guys. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, at UND.
Oh yeah, my junior year was fucking horrible. I think we won 2 games.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking bad.
I didn't know you guys had a kind of off year like that. Because you guys
Yeah,
were good
shitty.
all the other seasons, right?
Yeah, for the most part. See, it was weird because my sophomore year we fucking won our Big Sky Championship. Got a ring. Went to play playoffs for the first time. Hosted. We won our conference and we're balling.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next year, it's just crazy. It's football, The next year just fucking dropped off. We couldn't fucking win. We couldn't. Everybody was on our back. Everybody was targeting us, and we couldn't handle the pressure. So
did you lose a lot of seniors that year? Or
We didn't though.
You didn't?
No, nothing monumental happened within the team.
You just kind of changed from the underdog to the expected.
Yeah, exactly. I think it got into our heads a little bit. The first time we kind of had that, oh shit, like we're the man type thing, and then got to our heads, and then we thought we could walk all over people, and we fucking got walked all over every game. But yeah, I've definitely had those feelings during my career. Where was I at with my? Did we just totally pause it, like cut off? Where I think we got to my college career, right?
When?
About my story.
In your story of your overall football career? Yeah, you kind of got into college, and then we kind of went somewhere else. So yeah, you can definitely jump back to that. So you got to UND. You were coming out. You were telling the story of the first game in Wyoming where you saw the 40,000 people and just kind of the atmosphere of that and the wow factor. And
I think
you had a good game there.
I think I got through that first game, and then I said, it's kind of just went up from there. But it was up and down for those 4 years. We had good years. Like I said, the next year was really good. And then the next year was really bad. And then the fucking next year for me, it was really bad because I got hurt.
Your junior year?
My senior year, I only played like 8 games because I tore my knee. I tore my PCL in my knee.
Damn.
But honestly, I'm kind of glad it happened. It's a weird thing to say, but I'm kind of glad that I got to see a different side of sitting the bench and like humbling myself and leading and learning different roles between the team. Like I couldn't, a lot of my years I just kind of led by example, and I just kind of held
your performance.
Yeah, by my performance and just kind of how I carried myself. But then when I was a senior, I couldn't do that because of the injury. I'm over there sitting the sidelines, not working out with the team, kind of doing my own thing, PT, and just kind of trying to get myself better rather than contributing. And it was really hard for me. It's super hard.
Did you feel kind of exiled and distant at first?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I felt. I was just isolated and away from the team and trying to do my leadership role as a captain, but it was just like, damn, man, like how do I do this when I'm not playing? I can't show these guys, I can't be the leader for them by just doing
the way you had been.
About how I've been. So I learned a different role, just kind of doing it with my attitude, and doing it by being more vocal and talking with the players and stuff like that. I tried my best. I hope the guys back at ND could say that I did a decent job doing it on the bench. But yeah, I took a step back in that aspect. But then once I got better and stuff, I kind of focused on my professional career. And it was cool. Like the NFLPA, like that was awesome to get invited to that. It was an awesome experience.
Yeah, where was that again?
LA.
That was in LA too?
Yeah. We stayed downtown at the Intercontinental down there, and being coached by Brandon Jackson. He played for the Packers for a long time. And then what's his name? Chuck Pagano.
Chuck Pagano, yeah.
He was my head coach, and we actually got kind of close during that time. It was like we would always I would always pick his brain and ask him like what I can do better as a player, and just like talked with him a lot. And I think he liked me as a player.
Yeah. He's a defensive coordinator, right? Am I mistaken? For the Bears?
Bears, yeah.
Yeah.
For Bears now. He was a head coach for the Colts for a while.
Yeah, for a long time.
And then he took a year off or something.
Yeah, is he the one who got sick?
Yeah, he had like cancer or something.
Yeah, that was a tough time, I think, because obviously if he had cancer, that was tough regardless. But I think they had really high expectations because luck was coming in. I think they had a good team, and then that was all going on. But that's awesome that you got that experience.
Yeah, it was a good experience for sure. And
was that just a weekend?
It was a week.
A whole week?
A week long. It rained a lot in LA. I don't know why that happened when we were playing. Yeah, like it never rains in LA.
It never rains.
I know, and then when we're going out there, it fucking starts raining.
I think it rained. I remember when I first moved there. I literally, maybe this sounds really weird and it probably does, but I like coming from Minnesota, it being the summertime there, my body like was craving rain. Like I just wanted moisture of some sort, but I didn't feel a raindrop there. I feel like for like 7 months, 6 months.
Really?
It did not rain until, I feel like it rained last year, like a little bit. It might have been November. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah, still, yeah, obviously it doesn't snow there, but it took a long time.
Meanwhile, I was in Seattle.
Yeah, you're in Seattle was it raining every day?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, man. It's like mist all the time, and then when it's not mist, it's raining.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's just like it's Seattle weather.
Yeah.
It's like it's foggy and misty, and then it's like really light rain that'll look like snow.
Was it hard? Did you feel like almost like seasonal depression type shit? Was
That's
it hard?
what-
Was it hard not to feel like that?
That's what people said. Like I was saying, I was moving to Seattle. Like, be careful, you can get cabin fever or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, I was conscious of that when I was out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do feel that because it's just always cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
There's never really sun. When there is sun, you notice it a lot, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, like the heavens are opening, you know?
No, I've heard that about the Pacific Northwest, specifically Seattle, but the whole area up there, yeah, it's just always kind of cloudy and down and dreary, and
That's
a
exactly how it
lot of
was.
alcoholics and
A lot of schizophrenics.
schizophrenics.
Yeah.
Yeah, the homeless there, because it was on the same level as LA. Maybe a little less, but I also wasn't there very long. I was only there for a few days, but they seemed crazier.
They're vocal.
Yeah.
There was this one. We had one of our strength coaches. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. I'm gonna start crying. Every time we left to go catch train for practice, there's this one homeless woman who'd be outside, and she had her cart and everything. And for some reason, whenever she saw our strength coach, she started screaming at him like, "Ah!"
Just him specifically?
Just him. And he's just like he's like a short, bald guy. And it's funny, man. And every time she'd see him, she'd just start screaming at him. Doesn't matter. He'll try to avoid her. He'll be across the street. She'd just start screaming at him. It was just the weirdest thing, but it was so funny. Because he said that happened every day. And then it was like towards like one of our last practices there, he's like, this girl screams at me every day. And I'm just like, no way, dude. Like, let's test it. And we were just walking by. Sure enough,
She starts.
started screaming right in his face, or like at him.
Maybe
For no reason. He's not doing anything.
Maybe she liked him, and that's just how she thought to communicate.
Yeah, maybe she has PTSD. Somebody that looks like him in the past.
Could be.
That could be a reason. You never know. But it was just really funny.
Yeah.
It was super funny.
I just remember being there when we were leaving you. I'm sure you remember this, and that dude was yelling at us, me, you, and Kat.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she looked at him because I wasn't gonna look at him. You're like, just ignore him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she looked at him, and then he kept yelling more, and
Yeah.
he got our attention. So then he like engaged more, and
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's the weather out there.
could be the weather drives him more crazy.
It's kind of sad, though.
Oh, it's very sad. That's like the whole homeless situation is so. I'm no fucking expert. I have no answer for that. It's hard because it's gotten so out of hand in LA, especially, and it seemed like in Seattle. Again, I didn't spend a lot of time there, but it's gotten so out of hand in LA that I don't think they should be there, but
That's
They're
the best place for them.
but they're human beings, and yeah, what's the solution? Like, it has to be a good solution. You can't just kick them out and force these people to leave, because one, they'll probably just go somewhere else, and that's like, I don't know, uprooting their life even more, I guess. Like, and a lot of them are sick as well, like mental head issues that they should be treated for. So it's like, it's such a weird, hard situation, and it stands out. The more time you spend there, you just get used to it, obviously. But maybe that's even worse, because then you just get used to it, and then you don't think, okay, we need to do something about this.
Yeah.
But
I mean, in LA, Some of the people are homeless because, I mean, a lot of them are homeless because they want to be. You know, like
Some of them.
people will move out there. You know, those like beach bums.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be in their van and stuff.
Mhm.
They love that shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
those
they like
guys
the
are one thing.
simplicity of the life. You know,
Yeah.
what do they call that? Minimalist.
Minimalist.
Yeah.
You'll
Have you
definitely see
seen
that in Malibu.
Minimalist. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I saw.
There's always a
when we
bunch
went
of
up there.
vans. Yeah, those guys are fine. Those guys are totally fine. There's one old guy specifically who was because we would go to Malibu a lot this last summer just to watch the surfers. And every time we went there, there's this one guy who would have his van parked right there. He's just goofy, probably high a lot of the time. He would always just say something weird and random going by, like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Like, just trying to be funny. Yeah, those guys are totally fine. And even the people who I guess are choosing to be homeless, I don't know, that's a hard decision.
They're minimalists.
Like, minimalists are fine. Yeah, if you're living out of your van just on the side of the water, whatever.
Extreme minimalists.
I'm talking about the people who are like sick though, especially downtown,
yeah.
like Skid Row area. That's
Oh yeah.
is not good down there, and it's hard to imagine without being there how bad it is. And even being there, like, it takes, I think, a while to realize how bad it is.
Yeah, I've never actually seen Skid Row.
Yeah, it's bad. It looks like a third world country, sort of.
Is
basically.
it downtown? Like,
Yeah.
is it by your place?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
It's
like, far
downtown.
enough, like,
It's downtown, and we're downtown, but we're like on the southwest corner of downtown, and that's kind of like where I'm located is a different district. So, I mean, it's probably it's probably like 8 blocks away, so it feels far downtown. We definitely have homeless people
That's not
around
that far.
ours, but it's not nearly as bad over there. We were looking at an apartment over there that at the time I hadn't been to Skid Row either when we were looking downtown for apartments. So I didn't realize, but this other apartment was a really nice apartment also, like really nice. But there was a lot more homeless people just around, people across the street, tents up on the sidewalk, and yeah, and then I realized after living down there and just being around, like, it was literally around the corner from Skid Row, so it was just a lot closer.
oh yeah.
But yeah,
How many blocks is it?
See, I'm not even definitely not an expert on it, but I know I'm pretty sure it's 6th Street specifically.
No, like, how many blocks are they lined up?
Like,
Is it like?
it's got to be multiple, but I think it's 6th Street. So again, don't quote me on that. That's specifically really bad at this certain section. I think it's Main, in between Main and something else. But so it's probably like two or 3 blocks like that. But it kind of, I think, spreads out. So it goes up a street here, and I think it's kind of growing. I think it's getting worse.
Yeah.
So I mean, because then it wraps around that other apartment that we were looking at was on Main.
Mm-hmm.
And it wraps around there where it's not good there, and a lot of people are still walking around there, and then it kind of dissipates as you go one way or the other downtown. But I mean, underpasses there, that's definitely the biggest area, at least to my knowledge, but like a lot of bridge underpasses there. But it's not even just homeless. There is like again, all this stuff's way over my head, like this dirt. I don't know what it is there. Coming from Minneapolis, like, Minneapolis is a really clean city.
Yeah.
And you don't know that, or at least until you go somewhere else and see what it could be like. Like, LA is a pretty dirty city. Just the side of streets, the side of the freeway, by bridges, whether there's homeless people or not. Some places are literally just loaded with trash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Minneapolis is, I mean, from where I've been, compared to like Canada.
Yeah, how was Canada?
Canada was good. Yeah, I played in the CFL. That's what happened after college. So I went and tried out with the Vikings, and then I did a rookie camp with the Vikings. I did rookie camp with the Falcons.
Yeah, talk
Next
about that, bro.
weekend.
We can get into that instead. We don't gotta talk about homeless.
I'll kind of segue that into like different cities I've been
Yeah.
to. But yeah, so after, regarding my story, after college, I kind of went. I went and trained in Tampa Bay at ASPI for about 4 months. which was awesome.
What's that?
Got to meet. That's a training facility down there in Tampa. It's like specific for football players, and they bring people like Randy Moss in to kind of coach you, and Yo Murphy's the head trainer down there, and he's a good guy. Yeah, and they just have a bunch of good mentorship down there, a lot of connections with the Bucks, and yeah, it's a good facility down there. It's right on the beach, so it's super cool. Yeah,
The training facility was right on the water.
yeah, right on the
That's
water.
fucking sick.
Right
I liked Tampa.
Tampa's awesome. That's what I was gonna say. Is Tampa's super clean, and honestly, I want to live there one day.
Tampa, yeah. I
But-
lived in St. Pete when I was there.
So nice.
There's some
All Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa.
St. Pete
triangle.
had some rough spots. The neighborhood I was living in was not the prettiest until you got to the water. Like the houses on the water were really like $1 million houses
Mhm.
right across the street from that. Right in from that, it was not the same. But yeah, Clearwater Beach, that whole area, Clearwater downtown, looked really cool. I was 19 at the time though. I had a fake ID, but the guys I was living with did not, so we didn't really push the limits to go down there. But because did you live in Clearwater or Tampa?
I lived in Tampa.
You lived in Tampa Bay.
Citrus Park, so it's like a north suburb
Okay.
of Tampa, but it's literally like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I trained down there, and then after that, I didn't hear my name for the draft.
Did you have teams reaching out to you?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that was just kind of the disappointing part. I was talking with the Colts. I was talking with the Vikings a lot. The Giants.
Damn.
I talked with. I thought the Colts were at least gonna sign me as unfree. They were calling me and like, hey man, like we really like you. I'm trying to sell you to the head guy right now.
Mhm.
So that was cool, but disappointed at the same
Yeah.
time.
You thought they were gonna give you an free agent?
Yeah, just gonna sign me
Yeah.
as an undrafted free agent. But yeah, what is it? The Giants, the Vikings,
Yeah.
the Falcons.
Yeah.
Who else is another? Seattle, a
Seattle.
little bit. But yeah, I had teams talking to me, and my phone would ring, like with coaches, and I'd talk with them and stuff. But Didn't work
Were you
out.
aware of NFL scouts coming to any XFL games? Did they ever tell you guys if they knew?
oh yeah, there'd be a lot of scouts. We were really, because everybody from the XFL kind of at least played in the NFL or CFL. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of scouts at that game. I had a lot of scouts come to my college games.
Mhm.
Like I remember the Falcons coming to a lot of our games, and then almost every scout came to our practice. I think every team, all 32 teams, came to one of our practices.
Hmm.
So all the way in Grand Forks, you know.
Yeah.
So
Way
I
out of the
mean,
way.
I thought something was gonna happen, but it didn't. Which it's all right. Sometimes it doesn't happen. And then I did the rookie training camp with the Falcons, and then I did it with the Vikings too, and that was really cool. Just getting your kind of taste of the NFL,
Yeah.
what could be. But then after that, ended up didn't signing, and then I'm lucky that I had a shot in the CFL, so I went up there, and then I actually got cut after training camp because there's too many Americans on the roster.
Yeah, that's weird. So they have a specific amount of Americans they can have on a team, right?
Yeah, it's like I don't know exactly what it is, but it's hard. It's hard to get on a team because of that kind of factor that plays into it. But
Do they tell you why that is? Are they just trying to promote Canada and keep it Canadian players?
I think that's why it is. I think I think they want to kind of keep their fan base Canadian because
Mhm.
Canadian league, and
It's kind of weird because you'd think business-wise they would want to have, some good American players in there to expand their fan base,
yeah,
to get more viewers and people interested in their league.
yeah, that is true.
But I guess they don't give a shit about Americans.
Nah,
No, I'm joking.
it's difficult,
Yeah.
but I mean, after I got cut,
Yeah.
I was home for a little bit, and then they actually signed me again in the middle of their season. I was just on the practice roster, but I was up there for about 4 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3, I don't know, something like that. And then I got released from there. And then the XFL opportunity came for me. And I was like a blessing in disguise. And I loved it. I loved every minute of XFL.
He looked fun.
It was real fun.
Did
And
you like the rule changes?
I did. And I feel like a lot of people did, because like people would talk about it on Twitter and stuff, like the kickoff rule and stuff. It was weird at first. I mean, practice it, like coaches were like, I don't know how to do this. No one knew how to kind of like coach that stuff, and we didn't really. It was thrown at us, and we're like, all right, do it like this, and then we just kind of did it,
Yeah.
But towards the end, when everything started shutting down, we started getting the hang of it. So at the end of the day, I liked it. It was like safety for the players. It actually put a meaning to kickoffs and kick returns, because in the NFL, people usually just kick it out the back of the end zones. Kickers are so good,
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that in the XFL, it's actually a bad. It's like held against you. Like if you kick in the end zone, I'm pretty sure it comes to like your 45.
Yeah.
So it's like a game changer.
See, I don't even think I realized that when I was watching.
Yeah.
Probably because no one did it.
Yeah.
So I just never saw it happen.
No kickers would kick it that far, because that's the worst thing you can do, is kick in the end zone. So
that is a good idea. That's probably the best thing from the XFL, apart from giving guys another opportunity to show what they can do, but also to like test a different rule to see if it would be more entertaining, work better, people like it better if it's safer. Because did you feel like the kickoffs were safer?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because you're only 5 yards apart.
Yeah.
Offense or receiving and defending. And there's no like freaking unneeded clashing,
Sprinting.
concussion giving collisions all
Yeah,
the
because
time.
the return guy's way back there, but everyone else is up.
Everybody's up. So the kicker and the return guy are the only people that aren't intertwined with the rest of the players.
And could they move? So the kickoff team can't move until their kicker gets to them, or until you catch it, or what?
So the kicker can kick the ball, obviously, and then the receiver or returner, when the returner catches it, that's when you can kind of pursue the ball.
Okay.
And that's when things start happening.
So everyone's just watching the returner, waiting
everybody's
for him to catch
just
it.
waiting on the returner.
And then is it a penalty, like offsides, if they go too soon?
Yeah, it's a penalty. I don't know. We didn't really have much of that, because, the refs were new to that too. So everybody's like, we don't know what to do.
Did he do it right? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
First down.
Exactly. That's how it was.
Yeah. Bro, that league seemed... It was cool. So I hope it really comes back, obviously for you and for just itself, because that league seemed different than... What was it? The AAF that just tried also that year that failed.
Mm-hmm. I think that was the same year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the same year. Isn't that crazy? That happened last year. That was last summer. Not the most recent
2019.
Summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That league seemed like it literally was just a mini NFL league.
And I feel like that's what their problem was. You can't compete with the NFL.
Yeah,
because
straight up, you can't.
They're a god.
They're a monopoly.
Yeah, exactly. You can't compete with that. The multi-billion-dollar industry that you're never gonna compete with. So might as well try to like partner it, or like kind of make a segue league. And that's what the XFL is doing. It started right at when the Super Bowl ended, the week after the Super Bowl ended.
Mm-hmm.
So it's at that dead time when there's no football, and it filled fans' appetite for football.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it did, and that's what they're trying to propose, and it did well.
Yeah, and it was different enough to where you'd want to watch just to see, okay, what are they doing here? What does this mean? Maybe some people didn't want to figure it out, but I feel like diehard football fans definitely would want to either watch it, go see it, or figure out what the hell was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fun. And again, Seattle. Props to Seattle for as much as them and the Vikings in the history of, in our lifetime at least, I feel like clashed.
Mm-hmm.
Props to Seattle for their Dragons fan base because there was a lot of people there when I was there, and it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
They were cheering,
Rainy.
and there was other teams. Like a few other teams you felt like had more fans, but a lot of them didn't, right? Or is that just
Yeah, I think
BS?
Seattle had one of the best fan bases in the whole league, even
Yeah.
though we didn't have the best record.
Yeah.
We had one of the best fan base, and that just proves
Yeah.
Seattle loves sports.
Because it was you guys, and then what was the team that Cordell Jones was on was pretty good, and then same with,
Defenders,
what was it, TJ or PJ Walker?
PJ Walker. Oh yeah, they were at Houston
Yeah.
Roughnecks. They're down in Texas,
Yeah.
so they had good fans too.
Yeah.
They played at University of Houston Stadium, and they filled it up in there. So that was fun.
Did you play them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was our last game.
That was the last game.
Mm-hmm. PJ, he's a good player.
Did he go off?
Yeah, he balled, and he did that for the Panthers when he got his chance.
Why did he start?
that's-
'Cause Teddy was hurt.
Teddy was hurt, and he went in and got a win for him. That's cool stuff that you like to see, because you know how much those guys fought. He's an older dude. And he's been in and out of the league. He sat behind Andrew Luck for a long time in the Colts and got his chance, proved it, and that's just gonna be another thing he can put on his resume. And just wait until he gets that another chance, another
Yeah.
opportunity. I feel like he can be a guy for a franchise, for an organization. They just have to have an opening for him.
Mm-hmm. It's also a win really for the XFL as a league. They proved it. They found a guy who kind of fell through the cracks, did
Mhm.
really well in their league, got back into the NFL and won a game. The only chance he's been given. He never got to play after that, did he? Teddy came back after that game. Yeah. So it just proves that they have the capability of producing and having guys in that league who can play in the NFL.
Exactly.
And did they talk about that with you guys? Like, was that a conscious conversation with the players? Like, we want this league to kind of be a minor league per se to get to the NFL.
Yeah, that's what the whole attitude was within our team, was that this is an opportunity for you to not only play the sport you love, but make film, and like from the coaches to the medical staff to, coming down to the GMs and player personnel.
Mhm.
They're all people who played in that or been in the NFL, been in that business, been in that industry, and want to get back, and want to just keep growing. And that's what the league was. It was a growing league. It was for players like me who need to develop, keep developing into that pro athlete,
Mhm.
and keep getting eyes on you so you can get an opportunity. And a lot of people did. I know a lot of people, a good amount of players right now are sitting on NFL practice rosters, or
Really?
even on active rosters right now. There's guys that I'm seeing every day pop up on Twitter. Well, beep, this guy, blah blah blah, got promoted to active roster and he was in the XFL, and like guys that I knew. There's Seattle guys. I just saw
guys on your team.
Yeah, I just saw Seattle guy, old lineman. He's on the Browns. Just got promoted to active rosters. He was our offensive lineman. So that's just stuff that you love to see, and it makes you keep fighting. It's stuff that tells you, you're good enough. You're good enough to keep playing. Don't give it up.
Mhm.
So that's the stuff that kind of keeps you driving.
Yeah, and they fucking wanted you. They drafted you. Because was there a lot of guys who, even in the XFL, were undrafted free agents that came in? Or was it all draft?
No, there were a lot of undrafted free agents too.
Yeah.
Everywhere. There's guys who never played in the NFL and played in the CFL and
Mm-hmm.
had opportunities there. But most guys came from NFL, then kind of dropped off in the NFL, didn't get a chance, and then there's another chance for them. But yeah, there's all sorts of guys, and what we always say in this industry is just you gotta just find your own path, pave your own way. Everybody's path is different, so don't be discouraged. Everybody has ups and downs. You see every day on Bleacher Report or on ESPN or something, you'll see an Instagram or something about, this guy's path, and then you never know that this guy just spent 6 years of his life playing indoor football leagues.
Yeah.
and then he got his shot. Yeah, like Santiago,
Yeah.
Andrew, is it
Mhm.
Andrew Santiago played for the Vikings for like
Mhm.
6 years.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same thing. He got two rookie camp invites, no signed. Played in an indoor league or something
Yeah.
in the AFL or
Arena
something.
football.
Yeah, I think it was arena. And made tape. Next thing you know, he got put on the Cowboys. Next thing you know, he's on the Vikings for 6 years.
Yeah.
So it's just stuff like that you see, and you're like, he just needed a shot.
Yeah. He's
He's
kept
good
grinding.
enough, you keep grinding, you don't give up. And there's guys like that everywhere. That's just one small example.
And it's a great example too that just because a lot of guys are ready, maybe they're peaking athletically as they get into the NFL. That's not everybody. Like you could be still getting faster, bigger, and stronger into your late 20s, and maybe that's when it works out for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you just keep going and don't give up, and you give it that much time to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
To be at that level, and if you keep finding your own path and giving yourself those opportunities in whatever league it is, it could really happen.
In any industry of your life, you're gonna have failure. And the other entrepreneurs you probably talk to, they're saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Trial and error, and that's with everything in life, man. Like if you don't fail, you don't know how hard it is to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And pave your own path is a testament to every industry in the world, man. Like you're not always gonna fight. Some people are gonna have the easy way in. Some people, it's gonna seem like sunshine and rainbows, but the odds of that happening to you are slim to none.
Mm-hmm. So
So you just gotta put your head down and keep going, being consistent with something, find your niche and run with it, no matter what anybody says, and stay dedicated to it. And if it's something that God is telling you that this is your thing, and not to give up, you'll know, and you keep going. Don't give it up just because one person or some people are telling you to.
Yeah.
You only know you, and you know what what you're capable of. As long as you're dedicated to something, you'll be successful eventually.
100%. Yeah, you got to give it the time. That's exactly what everyone is. What I've heard in LA and in acting or just in entertainment is that everyone gets to wherever they're at a completely different way. It's frustrating. There is no right or wrong. There is no set guidelines of this is how you do it. Do this first, then do that. Be successful here, work your ass off there, get promoted or some shit like that. It's like you'll end up working on whatever show or whatever project, and everyone around you who's doing the same thing as you or similar or different role or whatever got there a completely different way.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to keep going. And everyone I'm talking to is kind of the same deal. And I think that doesn't go either also with just entrepreneurship or entertainment industry. That's, again, I don't have a lot of experience in the corporate world, but I feel like that's just life.
Amen.
Like, I'm sure there is jobs and positions that are pretty linear. That's how accounting felt when I was in college, and we would talk about it and hear about it. It seemed like you kind of got this position, worked hard, obviously, and then you'd kind of be promoted after 2 years. They'd give you a look every 2 years or whatever it ends up being. But a lot of positions, I'm sure throughout just the business world also are, I did this for a few years and ended up here, and did this for a few years and ended up here. I would assume most jobs are like that.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's just about trial and error.
Yeah. And you figure out what doesn't work.
Exactly.
So then that doesn't work. Okay, I'm going to do this differently this time, or try this, or maybe I didn't work as hard as I could have. So I think that could have worked, but I need to work harder at it.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's a waste of time. This seems to be more successful, or whatever ends up being. Like, just keep fucking going. And the thing is, which I've had a lot of conversations like this as well, even if you don't make exactly even if you don't make it to the level you want to, if you just keep going, you're probably going to get close, do something in that sphere relevant,
Yeah.
or figure out and find something else you'd rather do and probably be happier to pursue the other thing.
Amen.
Like you could do this till, say, you're 30 or something, and then you feel, okay, I've been doing this long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't quite gotten to where I want to be, but
Something would tell you.
you know so many people in the football industry that you could network, maybe get a coaching position somewhere, and then
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of your life grow as a coach, college, maybe NFL, whatever. Like, still be around the game, still be having a chance to be super successful, and like,
And just, I mean, for people out there, this is just an inspirational thing. But for people out there who, like, you know how hard it is as a freshman to find a major and stuff,
Yeah.
and you're pressured to, like, oh, I want to do, like, when I went to college, it was like, I want to do whatever every athlete says. I want to study sports medicine. I want to study working out. I want to be
Sports science,
trainers.
yeah.
Yeah. Kinesiology. And I mean, I got there. I was like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. So I switched to CJ, criminal justice. And I mean, I love criminal justice, and I got my degree in it and everything. But like, that doesn't mean I got to work in criminal justice because I have a criminal justice degree.
Yeah.
I can do so many other things with my life. You know, you can do so many other things. Just because you have a degree, and you're kind of labeled with that. Oh, I studied this for 4 years. Blah blah blah. Or oh, I have my master's in this. Blah blah blah. That doesn't necessarily you need to take that niche and go on
With
that
that,
path. You
yeah.
know, people get so you get tunnel vision because you see,
Yeah.
I got this
Degree.
I got this topic I have to go after. But then some people get sick of it after 4 years. Like, you study it for 4 years. Yeah, I have a degree in it, but like, you don't really like it. You just got a degree in it. You just got your schooling in it.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily have to do that stuff. The world is such a big place. There's so many different things that you can do with your life, and there's so many avenues you can take to get where you want to be. Just take that leap of faith, man. Just go with it. If your gut feeling is telling you to go after something, don't look at the pay. Don't look at like don't have tunnel vision, and don't get stuck on just because you have like a degree in it. Just do what you want to do. That's basically what I'm trying to
do. What feels right.
Do what feels right. You know it feels right, and you know what you want to do. Just go after it, and at the end of the day, you'll be happier. You know.
Yeah, something that I've come to. I may be repeating myself a few times here, but something that I've come into the idea of, or like the belief of, is that I'm going to be, at least this is how I work. I want to be really good at something, but I can only get really good at something that I have interest in and like some sort of passion for. Doesn't mean it has to be the most passion I have for anything in my life, but I have to have some passion for it and desire to want to get better at it. Because otherwise, I just know myself. I'm not going to do the extra work that I need to. I'm going to be convincing myself to do whatever it is I have to be doing. But if I love it, then I'm just going to do the extra work it takes to get good at it, or the learning curve. I'm going to do the work it takes to get past the learning curve of learning something new. And if you do that, I'm not saying that's everybody or has to do that, but if you do that and you get really good at anything, you're probably going to like get paid well. Exactly. If you're at the top of any industry, you're going to get paid well.
Master the skill so much that you have to get paid well.
Yeah.
That's what you can do. Just keep going so hard that like you blow it up. You know? Like you can do that with anything.
Yeah.
You know? Make some TikToks about it.
Yeah.
Like, right? Just
100%.
like market it cuz there's so many people, and like I said, this world is so big. There's so many people that probably have the same goals and aspirations as you, or like that want to do that, but like they don't see it, you know, and they don't see the success you can have. Be that person that gets that success. Be that person that blows it up. Be that person that makes it a huge deal. You know, I'm guaranteed somebody in this world with 7 billion people, or right, billion people, are gonna like what you like and appreciate the stuff you're putting out there. You know, so yeah, the world is such a big place. Just go with it.
one thing that's really been emphasized to me through even just doing these podcasts, this is only like the sixth one I've done, is exactly that. Like what you're saying is there's so many avenues, there's so many opportunities in the world. Like there really is. If you feel like there isn't, like just trust me, there is. To anyone who's listening, you can do whatever. I've talked to, at this point, entrepreneurs, I've talked to dancers, I've talked to athletes, I've talked to musicians, and I'm only 6 episodes in, and they're all doing something that, yeah, it might be hard, but it's achievable if you really enjoy it. And you can go to school for it, or you don't have to if it doesn't require a degree, and you can just put time into it. You can go to a tech school for something, just get really good at it. Whatever you have to do to get good at it, like whatever the path is to get good at it, it doesn't matter. Like once you're good enough at it, you're gonna be at that level. Whether to be, getting paid for it, or maybe you're not good enough yet, but you keep working on it, and then you can get paid for it and make it into your life's work. Like, or if you're good enough to get drafted, maybe you weren't quite good enough to get drafted, but yeah, you keep busting ass, go play in other leagues, keep getting better, keep making progress until you are. And then you get into the league that way, whatever sport you're playing. Whatever it is you're trying to do, there's a way. And if you want to do it bad enough, you can find it.
Amen.
You might have to move. You might have to go somewhere else. But
take risks.
Take the risk. Yeah, do it. If you want it bad enough, you'll do it. And really, that's that.
Yeah, you don't want to regret anything. So go take a risk. Do something out of the ordinary. Do something you've never done before. Take a leap of faith. I need to do that myself with things, There's never enough you can do. So there's more leaps of faith you can take and stuff. But, there's so much, like you said, the world's only getting bigger. And there's so many things that you can do that, you're bound to have success with it if you love it enough. You're passionate about something enough. You're bound to have success with it if you just take off. So.
And another thing that I've been realizing and just thinking to myself, my mind's always fucking working, is I think of things in terms of sports, because that's what I grew up playing is sports. But just the amount of time it takes to get really good at something, like starting something new, say in your 20s, when you're even graduating college, or even if you're older, 30 or 40, a lot of kids who get good at something by the time they're in their early 20s, you start when you're 10 years old or younger. So it takes about, say, 10 years to get really fucking good at something. I have 10 years. We're young enough. We have 10 years. If you're 30 years old, you have 10 years. So then you're 40 years old and fucking great at whatever it is. Or you're 30 years old.
40 years old, you have 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Most people have the time to get really good at something and then enjoy their life from that point forward, being really good at it. And they probably would enjoy it before that anyways, because you're pursuing something you care about. And are enjoying. Not that every moment of it is going to be fun and enjoyable, but you have time. You have the time to get good at something. I could start something tomorrow and I could be great at it by the time I'm in my 30s, which sounds old to me now, but I feel the same way and think about myself the same way, basically, as I did when I was probably, 18, 16, 17. I still like the same things for the most part. I've definitely changed a lot, but,
And a big thing that irks me, man, is when people care too much about what other people think. Okay, I don't mean to get into this, aspect, but, seriously, who cares about what other people think? If that's holding you back from doing something, man, you need to adapt. You need to, that's a leap of faith that you need to take, because screw that. People, there's always going to be people doubting you, being against you, want to put negative stuff on your name and stuff. But at the end of the day, you're you and they're them. They don't know you. They don't know your mindset. So if people are holding you back from something, please do not let that hold you back, because you're going to be limited in so many aspects of your life, and you're just going to be so narrow-minded when it comes to so many different things that it's just going to choke you,
Did you encounter that a lot coming out of St. Francis? or at UND or at any point in football?
Yeah, you see that a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people who tell. I mean, mostly I say professionally because everybody's always saying, be that regular person, because nobody's been to nobody. I mean, nobody that I really know growing up and stuff have been to the point that I'm at.
Oh yeah.
So it's like everybody's just like, all right, just give up, give up. Do the 9 to 5, work your work, do what you went to school for,
Because they think you've achieved enough already.
Yeah, because they think I've achieved, but like, no, you get to a point where it's like, I put so much time into this and I invested so much. I'm not ready to give up. And who are you to tell me to give up? It's kind of like offensive, because I've had people when I got cut or when I get cut from a team, it's okay. Hey, how about you just hang up the cleats and you have your degree? They always say that you have your degree. I have my degree, but I'm not ready to use my degree yet. I mean, I'll use it temporarily or like, yeah, I'm proud that I have my degree. Like, it's a big accomplishment in my life, but like,
you still have a dream.
I have a dream still.
And you're fucking close to it.
Yeah, and I'm this close and I'm not ready to give up. So it's kind of offensive to me when people tell me to give up. Are you really supporting me? Or like, you're only there when I'm doing good. You're only there for me when you see my name in the paper and you see me doing all these breaking records and stuff. What about when I'm not doing good? What about when
I just got cut.
Yeah, when I just got cut, when I experienced an injury and I'm not on the field, that I'm not on the TV you're watching. That's just the things that kind of get to you sometimes, but the thing that irks you, people tell you to do something. Don't listen to those people, and the people you really listen to, like your family and the people you care about and your loved ones, you take their advice. But at the end of the day, you're you.
Yeah, you can listen to them, but
it's
you still gotta make.
That's the good people give you advice. The bad people tell you what to do.
Yeah, and even with that, I think you can listen to their advice, give them the respect to listen, but it doesn't mean you have to agree with it or have to follow it. Still make your own choice.
Means. Yeah, by no means.
Yeah. And I think another thing too, I've been going through this, I guess. If you move away, I don't know if you feel like this yourself, but moving away from where I grew up in my hometown, whatever, basically everybody I've ever known, like it obviously shrinks the people that you know in your day-to-day life. So like the only people you are around and the only people who you do usually communicate with are people who are closer to you and maybe matter more, or you're choosing to allow this person to be in your life. You know what I'm saying? So like you're almost more, good or bad, isolated. I'd say good and bad, not or bad, because there's obviously positive and negatives of that, but like it limits, I guess, who can have access to you, whether they're saying positive or negative things. But then a positive thing is it's more up to you who you listen to, who you have a conversation about, what you're going after.
And that's, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's not all, anybody's just coming up to you, seeing you and saying whatever the fuck they want to say. And yeah, I can see how that'd be an insult though, what you're saying, 100%. It's like, no, dude.
And when it comes to your situation too, you want something, you want to go and do something, actor. You want to be an actor out in LA, And like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that say, why are you doing that? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, you're going to go do that dream that everybody else wants to do, blah, blah, blah. That move to West Coast, or whatever. But like, you don't know me. They don't know you. They don't know how much time you want to, or have been thinking about this. How dedicated you are to your dreams.
Exactly. And I've been lucky, I guess. I haven't had a lot of people, maybe it's not lucky. I haven't had a lot of people say that to my face, which I did expect more of when I kind of I never like made an announcement about it, but I didn't grow up doing that. I didn't go to
Mhm.
school for that. Like, I kind of made that known, I guess, to people in my life just slowly, I guess, as it was processing even in my head of actually going after it. But I'm sure there's a lot more of that behind my back.
Oh yeah,
People
that's
talking
where it
about that.
happens.
For sure.
That's
so,
where it happens.
and I don't exactly see it, but I'm aware that, yeah, that's probably happening, you know. But, yeah, exactly. I've been thinking about it for a longest time.
Mhm.
Way more than most people would ever have known.
Yeah.
I've been doing things for it way more than most people would have known. Because I'm not displaying that, you know.
Mhm.
I took a class today in acting. Oh, I've been doing lessons in acting over here. Like, I'm not trying to brag about it, I guess. And yeah, I was doing that for a while before I even told anyone, really.
Mhm.
Because I didn't even know myself. Like, I just liked doing it. It was a challenge. That's what I liked about it at first. When I first started doing it, is it felt uncomfortable. It was like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
This is good for me because it made me feel really uncomfortable.
See, that's a leap of faith right there.
Yeah.
That's trying something you're not used to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing that's going to make you find your niche in whatever you want to do. Like, who knows? If you're here in Minnesota, would you ever start a podcast? Would you ever got an idea to do that? Or like...
Yeah. So that's a thing about LA. Maybe specifically that maybe that's a negative to how I was thinking before. You feel so close because the entertainment industry out there is so big. Like, and I've talked about this before, you do feel really close to that. At least there's a feeling in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just in my head, but you go there and you feel like you can make anything happen. You feel like it's possible. And here I would have ideas of doing things, but yeah, for whatever reason, just because of how life is here, it felt like it just
not possible out here in
maybe
Minnesota. That's what it feels like.
Maybe not impossible, but less possible.
Yeah.
And a podcast, obviously, you can start fucking wherever, but even other things. And I'm noticing that even like this time being home, now being out there for over a year, like I'm noticing the differences of the feeling and the culture of both places more and more kind of every time I come back home. Like, oh, this is different. Oh, I didn't recognize this last time.
When I go to LA, I get that feeling.
Yeah.
Like you can make anything, like just visiting.
Yeah. I'm sure it's the same with New York or like just big cities. Obviously at this point, LA is the biggest city I've spent the most time in, but yeah, you just have a feeling there. Like there's so many people there, and that I've talked about this again before, but there's so many people there that, again, kind of like what we're relating to is find your own path, find what you're interested in. A city like that, there's so many fucking people there. Like somebody is probably already doing something similar, no matter how weird it is and how niche it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a fuck ton of people there. Someone's going to be interested in it. Someone's probably getting paid to do whatever. Like you can somewhere like that, you can find a position. You can find someone on your path or somewhere similar, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm confusing my point here, but
no, I hear you.
Yeah, and being here, I probably would have wanted to start a podcast. But yeah, I don't know if I would have started it. You can never really say. But yeah, I don't know. That's just the difference, I guess, of being there and here. And one thing that I've noticed a lot, and Kiki even commented on this when she was out visiting with my mom once, is just like, I think there's like subtle judgment here.
For sure.
Of people who try to do shit like that.
Preach.
Because out there, it's like it is right in your face, and so many people are trying to do it. Like you just see I see people vlogging, taking TikToks. I see actors and little shoots. Deal. No, everywhere, just wherever fucking random place you are. Like you'll see photo shoots happening. You'll see someone filming for something, vlogging. Like it's everywhere. So you don't.
That shit happens in Minnesota. It's like,
yeah, everyone's kind of.
What's going on? What are they doing?
Yeah, exactly. Why are they doing that?
What are they doing over there?
Not that it's made a big deal out of it. But yeah, you do feel. I feel like there's more judgment of like, oh yeah, they think.
For sure.
They think they're gonna be big.
Oh my god, they think they're gonna do this.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's just a thing I guess I've noticed. Yeah, bro, I see it everywhere there. Especially now being downtown where I'm around more people. Every parking lot, any blank wall, there's girls doing photo shoots with this fucking wall in a parking lot. There's
That's cool though.
dudes doing, yeah. Again, it's just a part of the life of being there. It's just in your face. So it just is what it is. It's not
And that
judged as hard. I feel like is somewhere maybe here.
that could be a testament to like where we grew up at. We're kind of
True.
like
The
out
people you
there.
surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Also
like
matter.
if we go into the cities of Minnesota, like inner city, it
Yeah.
might be a little bit more like
yeah.
LA and stuff. I mean, I grew up. I was born in Northeast and then moved out to Brooklyn Park,
Mm-hmm.
which I was like a suburb kid,
Yeah.
but I didn't really see much of that. But like that was a different time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's like, I don't know. It
Yeah, I
might
guess
be more like that.
TikTok's so big now, I guess, with kids. Yeah, maybe no one gives a shit anymore because
Yeah,
everyone's
I've been seeing
TikToking.
TikToking everywhere. TikToking's a little. I mean, the dancing part that's a little weird to me still, but like, everything else.
Yeah, I think
I don't have a TikTok.
I have one, but I've only done like 2 or 3. I don't know. It's a tool I think I should use, but again, it's like
It's definitely a tool you should use.
Yeah.
It's such a big audience and so
Mhm.
many people watch it that it'd be a tool. It'd be stupid if you didn't use the tool.
exactly,
You know?
and I know that, but it's something that I always put to the side. Like, I'll do that, or I'll do one. I'll be like, okay, that was pretty easy. I'm just gonna do this every day, and then I just don't.
Yeah.
So I guess I procrastinated. But I want to do TikTok for this for sure. Just post little clips of videos.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I've already made an account, like I said earlier, but I just haven't posted anything to it yet.
It's just a matter of going viral once, and
Yeah, right.
that's what TikTok is. It's just an opportunity to go viral.
Yeah, just to at least get awareness.
Exactly. Market
Like-
yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something I was gonna say about the LA thing. I think one thing I was gonna say is the first person I had on here, Antoine, he's a friend of mine from LA and went to college here, and that's how I met him. And he was talking about that, just the difference of people in Minnesota versus LA. And obviously I understood him and I was listening to him and I got what he was saying, but for some reason it didn't. It like this time being home after I think being there for so much longer, I get more of what he's saying, just being here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a feeling.
It is, but I
Good.
mean,
It's not saying it's bad either.
Yeah.
It's good. It's positive and negative.
Yeah,
Not shit
I
on
mean,
Minnesota. I
I'm-
love
yeah,
Minnesota.
I love Minnesota. Minnesota as well. Born and raised. I'm not talking shit about Minnesota. This place gave me so many opportunities. Like this
Yeah.
gave opportunities for my family.
Mm-hmm.
My family actually moved. My whole family's from like Brooklyn, New York.
Mm-hmm.
My family actually moved here and started a new life here. So like Minnesota is a blessing to my family.
Yeah.
The Santiago name.
Mm.
It's just like my mom came from a lot of struggle in New York and just like her whole life and kind of started anew here. So I got a lot of gratitude and thanks to Minnesota.
Yeah, I could see it being a good place for someone. Yeah, exactly like that. Coming from a big city
Mhm.
to be here, where there still is a big city, but it's not.
It's more gentle.
Yeah, it's not a massive fucking city, and you can be close to the city and not be downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You can be in a suburb that's 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away, and probably
You
get
got
there by
everything you need.
city bus close by. Yeah, and I'm sure that's I guess we're Minnesota kids, so I'm sure that's a difference anybody would realize moving to LA, New York, maybe Chicago even, from a suburb of anywhere else in the country where it's not a massive city.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing too in LA. Most people I meet aren't from there.
Yeah. They call it the melting pot, right?
Yeah.
Everything thrown into one.
Yeah.
But that's cool. You get so many different cultures.
Yeah. I think it is cool too to meet people from all around the country.
Mm-hmm. Good networking, for sure.
That's true. 100%. Yeah. You got to try to figure out.
So many people move there.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
So say you got to figure out how to make it work. It's a hard place to make it work. if you're not doing something typical, I guess is what
Just
I'm trying to
because of
say.
the cost of living.
Cost of living is hard. It's competitive. Everyone's going there to
Super.
do something. Everyone thinks, like I was just reading today, I have a book for the studio I was going to for classes, just an acting book, just teaching. And just today I just read a few more pages, and it was talking about the turnaround, the 1 year turnaround he called it in there, the 2 year turnaround of people going to LA thinking they're going to make some crazy dream work out, and then not actually working on what they need to work on
Just
to get better
in the LA life.
Yeah, like it was specifically saying actors coming to LA thinking, oh, I'm just going to look good and be an attractive person and work out in the gym, and then but saying that they focus on that and how they look more than actually becoming a good actor and working on acting.
Mm-hmm.
And that they, last for only a year or two because things don't happen for them just because they are an attractive person.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up leaving by a year or two. And other people have told me that before. Like one of the first few months I was there, we met this guy actually, ironically, who was from like Andover, Minnesota. He was an
No
older
way.
guy. Yeah. Just in a coffee shop. And
Small world.
exactly. He'd been out there for a long time, but also I think originally going out there to act. But that's exactly what he was saying. He was saying if you can make it out here for 2 years, like then you kind of figure it out. But a lot of people come out here and leave before 2 years.
It gets too hard.
Yeah, it just doesn't work out how they wanted to. Yeah, cost of living is definitely one. It's definitely more expensive to live out there. You get paid more for jobs, like minimum wages more, so it does kind of even out. But if you don't have a job, or if you're not trying to get a job and you think it's just going to work for you, like in the first 6 months, like 99.9% of the time, no.
Mm-hmm.
Unless maybe you already have something going for you. If you already have momentum, you're an artist, you already have a following. Maybe you go out there, maybe you start booking little shows or something before you go out there. Like you definitely have momentum. But if you just go out there, have no financial backing, have nothing saved, or even if you have just a little bit saved up, and like obviously there's a lot of kids out there who go out there and their parents are still paying for their shit, and they can last however long their parents will do that. But if you don't have any of that and you're not getting a job, like shit's not just going to pop off for you right away. Like you need to put the time, you need to put the effort in, and
You need to struggle a little bit.
yeah,
You need to struggle a little bit.
most likely that's going to happen. But again, like we were saying, you just gotta, if you really like it and you really love it and you really want it, like you'll find a way to continue. You'll find a way to put the work in and get better, or you'll find it's not what you want, and you'll pivot from there, either continuing or maybe moving away, or doing a different career and different job. But again, that kind of relates to what we were saying earlier as well. You'll find out what you really want. So it's not a negative if you go off looking for a dream or a passion and go in that direction and then figure out, okay, I actually don't want this, but I want this.
Yeah.
You never would have found that probably if you didn't go for the first thing.
Yeah.
So it works out. Trust
Amen.
yourself.
Amen.
I know we're kind of ranting here now.
I don't even care. I don't even care. We're just deep in the conversation.
See, this is why I love these conversations with
Yeah,
anybody, because it gets me.
Podcast is dope.
It gets me jacked up, and like
It is, and you get to know somebody on a deeper level. That's
100%.
the cool part. I mean, this is my first podcast, but I mean, I've done so many different interviews and stuff that I feel like I just put on a face.
Yeah.
But this is like, for everybody that knows or that has been watching, just like my interviews and everything. This is just unfiltered John.
Yeah.
And like true. This is how I act on a day to day. This is how.
Yeah, we're in John's house, by the way.
Yeah, this
We're
is
in
my
his apartment.
This is me and Keek's apartment.
I'm gonna start calling my podcast the Brotherhood of the Traveling Podcast, because I keep going
everywhere.
I keep going to new places. But hey, it's working out.
It is. But I mean, like I was saying, this is just like true unfiltered me. And that's what you get with most people when you do a podcast. So you could just have a nice, good conversation and get the real details on things. Because when I'm doing interviews and stuff, it's just like you put on this face
Yeah,
And
this
you're like, yeah.
organization face.
And then you just say that you read the same script. Like, you're just saying the same thing every time. But this is just like, this is me, you know? I struggle. And not everything is just success for me. Like, I've been cut. I pulled my hamstring. I've experienced my injuries with my knee. I've been in my downs and I've been in my ups. And this is just like kind of a way to kind of show you that, like, my story and and with everybody too, with everybody you interview and talk to. I mean, not interview, talk to.
Yeah, you can call it an interview.
I wouldn't call this an interview.
So yeah, I think that's what people think it is when I ask them, or.
So what are you interviewing?
Yeah, they'll be like, some people have asked for questions. I'm gonna ask them, and I'm like, there's no real. I mean, the main over 50,000 feet question is it's the come up, man. How'd you come up? How'd you get to where you're at and what you're doing? But
what's
off of
your
that,
mindset like?
Yeah, how do you think about what you're going after? But yeah, whatever comes up after that, like,
it's just
is what it is. And I like it like that so far. You know, obviously I don't know yet. It's too early to tell if that's going to work out. Maybe I should structure it more, but
no.
I like.
I mean,
no.
I don't know. I don't run podcasts.
No, I hope.
Listen to me.
I hope it works out as it is, because it is natural and it is just, natural. That is what it is. It's organic.
Exactly. It comes from the heart.
Yeah.
I've said everything I said is from the heart. Don't get it twisted. It's from the heart all the time.
Don't you get it fucking twisted.
Don't get it twisted. This is all from the heart.
Yeah.
And this is literally me. So.
And it's fun, man. It shows to me again, like, you know people, but you really don't fucking know people. Even people you don't know.
No. Yeah. You don't know.
Like, and yeah, you just.
And think about whoever this reaches and whoever watches this, like, think about the things that we've been saying, and just like the things that they could just, the things that you guys can just put into your life. And this is my perspective.
Yeah.
And this is what I've been through. I mean, it's only a small percentage, but like it's a sliver of my life that somebody could get out of it, you know?
And take it with a grain of salt, as well as you take advice or information or whatever guidance from anybody. His story, John's story, isn't the same for everybody.
Amen. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone's path is different.
Yeah.
How many times have I said that today?
Not enough.
Everyone's path is different. That was my last time saying it.
I don't know. But yeah, man, you get people, and obviously you're friendly, and you hang out or whatever, you work on something together, but this is like a medium. What is the word? Medium?
A median? Like the middle?
Like, I don't know.
Medium.
Medium, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a platform almost.
Yeah, the medium. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Where you actually get to, or at least at this point, it's me. I'm getting to sit down and really, I guess, pick someone's brain kind of and figure out, how they think, and it's fucking awesome.
One day you're going to have a doctor on here, and you're going to have to sound very smart.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look up some big words. So, doctor.
So what do you think about the spatial organism?
I haven't taken biology since 10th grade, but yeah, bro. Well, fuck, man. I think it's been a while. Probably got to be around 2 hours here.
Do you think it's been? Oh, it has been. 2013.
Yeah.
It's freaking 8:13. How long? When did we start?
4:30.
5 probably.
5. Yeah.
Damn.
Took a little break.
This is good shit right here.
It flies by.
Yeah.
Because it's a good conversation. I think one thing too is, before I end this here, I know I was gonna end it, but I think one thing is, especially with the pandemic, obviously you're not being around as social. But with social media and just with life today, like how you communicate with people, like you just don't sit down with that many people you would even consider your friends. Where's my fucking mic here? This is important shit I'm about to say. Stop popping.
Mike.
You don't sit down and really have a conversation like this with that many people.
No, especially nowadays.
Exactly. Like with a lot of communication being texting or DMing or whatever, posting,
Snapchat.
commenting. Like it's so much surface level shit that's another thing that I'm finding I enjoy, but it's so fucking much. It's like it's a legitimate conversation
Real shit. Yeah.
that's hours long with someone I think is really cool or admirable and doing something that's awesome or on the path to find something that's awesome or whatever. Obviously, I'm friends with this person for a reason. Even if whatever down the line I'm not friends with who I'm having on, like I'm having them on for a reason and I want to know more about them or at least hear from them. And it's cool. Like
It's a dope.
yeah,
Like you said, it's just like organic content
yeah,
that can just get out there. And I mean, with like everything, like you said, with pandemic and stuff, nobody can just go into it and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a mask on.
So
We
isolating.
don't have masks on. And like
we're good. I'm gonna be with John in a
Yeah,
few days here.
we've been with each other for a while, so don't worry. But like yeah, nowadays everybody's just like I was just talking about this with your mom
Yeah.
when she was over. It's just like all social interactions are just super awkward now
Mhm.
because it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
You know, like I gotta.
I don't want to breathe on you too long.
Yeah, 7 feet away. I gotta be away from you. Oh my God, what's going on? Pandemic.
Mhm.
But
Social anxieties, yeah.
like exactly, and like it's kind of scary, honestly, because when we come out of this thing,
Yeah.
what are people gonna be like, and what is social interactions gonna be like? Because so many of these like social networking and just like websites, everything is all electronic, internet.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to talk with anybody. You don't need to like it's glorified not to
Yeah. Be
come
in
in
person.
contact with anybody
Yeah.
nowadays because of this pandemic. And it's
Yeah.
just like, geez, when this is over, I really hope people will still want to be with people, or else are we just gonna all just be locked up in our places all the time and just like not come in contact with people? Because that's just a sick world.
Yeah.
It's like it's not real.
It's not as fulfilling.
Hell
That's
no.
for sure. Like it's fun, contact, whatever, talking. It's easy. Technology's great. It's an advancement in
Yeah, I mean,
communication.
I'm not telling you not to be safe during these times too. Like,
Yeah, no, you're talking about afterwards for sure. And I think people will be nervous at first. I think it's gonna be like 50-50. Like some people are just gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go be as wild as I fucking can because I haven't been able to.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with either of the things that I'm about to say. And I think the other people will be more, cautious of, okay, I'm not going to go out for a while. I feel really weird about being in groups, social anxiety type shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope at least, and I think, a few months in, it'll kind of mostly go back to normal.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever be 100% normal because everyone's going to remember what the fuck just happened. Like, oh shit, that could happen again. I hope things are more clean. Like I hope public places are
I really
kept
hope so.
cleaner more. That's one great thing I think that's coming from this is like,
God, think about how dirty the world was.
yeah, exactly.
Like how nasty it was back
Just a few months
back
ago.
in 2019.
Yeah. even February of 2020.
Like how dirty everything was.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about that like, geez. Cuz nowadays, I mean now I was just like when I'm at work or something, I'm always pushing hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah.
Unconsciously, it's just like hitting it.
If I see one, I want it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Give me that shit. Let me clean these fucking hands.
But yeah, that's how it is. And
It's kind of sad too because it makes me think. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic when you saw everyone having to clean more. It's like, well, why weren't we just clean? Like you didn't think to clean this shit before? Like
Yeah.
restaurants, you didn't just want to keep things a little cleaner.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
if you've worked in a restaurant, you know how fucking dirty it is.
uh-huh.
It's dirty as shit.
It's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's nasty. What is it? FDA?
FDA,
Food is
Food
that
and
the
Drug Administrative. Yeah.
They
Coming
need
in,
to-
they probably check the restaurants. Yeah.
They need to fucking
Maybe there's another organization that cleans or checks. I don't know what but yeah, restaurants have to pass some sort of, I think, inspection.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
even
I
just
feel like they're gonna have higher standards now.
hopefully,
Yeah, we hope so.
that, and like just public places, like sanitizing a park.
Just people being freaking
People
more-
washing their fucking hands.
Yeah, more conscious on the situation. How
I
dirty things are.
One thing I hope is I do hope it's people. I don't hope people keep wearing masks. Or if you want to, I don't give a shit. I'm not one way or the other about that. But I hope it is okay or more like culturally accepted to maybe wear one if you are sick.
Yeah,
I think that's popular. Again, I have never been to Asia or China, anywhere in Asia, but I think over there I've heard that. Because I've met, the last film I did was dominantly Chinese students, film students in here in America, and I believe they were telling me, like it's just common over there. It's like a common courtesy. If you have a cold, whether you're going to work, whatever, people wear a mask, so you're not getting other people sick.
that's
like,
true. I hope we come out of that with.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. I don't think everyone needs to wear a mask all the damn time
No.
once this is done.
Yeah. But I know what you mean, because whenever you see people wearing masks back like 2019 or something,
Yeah,
they'd
be
be
like, what?
yeah, why are you wearing a mask?
Yeah, it'd make me be like, what? Is there something I don't know about?
Yeah, like
Is
my
it
God.
sick here?
what's going on here?
Yeah.
But like,
It would stand out in a negative way. Yeah.
exactly. Now
No,
it's crazy. Every time I go out, or every time I like outside my apartment,
Mm-hmm.
like in a store or something,
Yeah.
getting groceries, I always look around. I'm like, dang, look at this. Everybody's wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like crazy, you know? Like, who would have thought that we'd
Right.
ever be in this situation?
Yeah. And you look, it's the opposite of what we just said. You get looked at negatively if you don't have one.
If you don't have one,
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
oh my God, you're not wearing one.
Yeah. There was a few times I ended up going to the store way back, early pandemic days, probably in March, or maybe right when I got back to LA in June. And I had forgotten a mask. There was one time I walked into the grocery store and Kat was in there, and I totally just forgot to put it on because I wasn't going to go in there. I think, no, this is what it was. I saw Russell Westbrook's. There was a car at our grocery store that said Russell Westbrook's rental car.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, what?
I think you told me about this.
That must be his, like if whatever the Houston Rockets were in town, or he's from LA too. So like maybe I was thinking like, oh, did he came to the airport, literally had a car labeled for him. I was like, oh fuck, is he in the store? And I like him as a player. So I just got up, I parked really quick and I got it and I ran in there looking around and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't wear a mask on. And
Everybody's like,
right away I noticed, like, I guess not right away, a few steps in I realized I totally forgot to put my mask on and everyone else had one and I was like, oh fuck, this is weird.
Kiki says everybody in LA wears masks outside too.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, they wear them everywhere, really, except the beach, which seems totally fine. I think it's a little excessive outside, like downtown, and it kind of gets annoying, but at the same time, I mean, what's it hurting? Like,
Yeah, it's not.
I don't care if people are. I get a little annoyed of it, like, oh fuck, because it's hot on my face.
Yeah.
And can't breathe as good, but whatever. I don't really care. But yeah, most people wear them outside, even just walking down the sidewalk. If I'm going somewhere, like I go to a park a couple blocks from my apartment, if I'm going to like actually chill there, people take it off when they sit down and get to where they're at. But yeah, if you're walking around, most people have them on, and it's the same thing. You get looked at, or at least it feels like a cultural, like you're doing something wrong if you don't have one, even outside.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I'm not saying it's right or wrong either way. It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Because here I've heard that, yeah, you're not wearing them walking around or
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for the most part, we're not. Whenever I get outside, I'm like, I can breathe. But
you take it off.
Yeah.
I just read a tweet. I love Twitter for comedy, for humor.
So funny. If you don't follow Cole on Twitter, you're missing out. What is it? K Diggity Dog? K-Dog?
I think it might be K-Dog.
right?
Let's check it out here.
I always see your retweets and shit and just start dying. He retweets.
Oh,
the
it's just
best.
my name actually. My ad is Coltonoy, but K Dog is the name.
No, that's your actual name. On
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
K Dog. K dash dog.
Yeah, I only use
W.
Twitter for things that make me laugh.
Oof.
Jeez.
I think it's with technology. Gets
Yeah,
close.
I do think it's the phone. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, damn, you might have solved that problem. I think you're right.
Amen.
It's the static. But yeah, no, only use Twitter. If it makes me laugh, I usually retweet it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there was a tweet though. This is probably gonna sound really dumb now because it's drawn out. But it was it was just saying, am I the only one who gets in the car and rips off my mask like I just got out of a complicated surgery, like a surgeon? Like fuck.
That's
Get this thing off of me.
I'll like throw it down.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it.
Fuck, I can breathe. I'm out of the store. I just hate how it feels on my face, like I'm getting sweaty.
Me too. Mine's really tight.
The
Dude.
warm breath on my face, and
It makes your body temperature go up. And
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, it makes me feel like I'm sick sometimes. I mean, wear a mask. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
But
but
sometimes it, like, I'll just like, oh, I'm feeling hot. But like, is
Mhm.
it because I'm breathing my
Yeah.
hot ass breath
Mhm.
on my face?
right back
Like,
into this.
Yeah, and then it really realize you realize you stinky ass breath sometimes. Like I'm like, dang, I need to brush my teeth.
Yeah, it's a good reminder. It saves you from bad breath.
I bet the gum companies are really losing a lot of money right now.
I wonder. It's got to
'Cause
have an
people-
effect
'cause
on them.
Just a little bit, because I mean, the
'Cause
reason you put gum in, some people just do
For
it
breath.
because it's for breath
Mm.
or like Tic Tacs or something. But
Mhm.
like some people will do it for like concentration, I guess.
Yeah,
But
no, I know what you mean about because my fucking hair's long. I need to get a haircut here, but having that, I hate hair on my neck and then the mask. And if I have like a hood, then my hood's like, I just feel surrounded.
it's just hot.
It's just everything is touching me. My eyes are the only thing open. You know what I love though? I do love I love having sunglasses on and your mask on and a hat on.
Yeah,
You
you're,
just feel so-
totally incognito.
Yeah, you feel like no one knows who the fuck I am. I can go wherever I want. I'm not gonna look at anybody. I'm not gonna talk if you're not in a talkative mood.
Yeah. Stay away from me. I
Yeah,
have my glasses on. You
Yeah.
can't see me.
I do like that.
You're invisible.
You go into the store just totally covered. It's acceptable. Before that used to be weird. It'd be like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
What is he gonna do?
He's gonna rob this place.
Yeah, he looks
wearing a
suspicious.
mask.
He's covering his entire face. But now it's like, good job. You're doing great.
Exactly. Seriously. Good job, man.
Yeah. All right, man.
My mom's calling me.
She's calling.
I'll call her back later. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
If you're watching this, I don't think she will. But you never know. She gets socially active
Does she?
sometimes.
She'll
She has
probably,
been lately.
She'll probably watch because it's you.
Yeah, she'll probably retweet it and say, "This is my son." If you don't know my mom, this is
This is my son is her tagline.
yeah, exactly. Like in person, social media, some reason my mom just wants to make that
This is my son.
my son.
She'll just
That's
say that,
so
my
weird.
son.
Yes, when I answer the phone, sometimes she'll say, "My son." That's how she answers it.
She's proud of you.
I love her.
That's why she's proud of you.
My mom. I didn't mention my mom enough on this podcast, but my mom is everything that is ever to do with my life. She literally,
She raised you.
yeah, she raised me, but like, there's so many things that woman has done for me, and just like what she's done. She is my role model.
Mhm.
What she's been through and what she's overcome and what she's done for me and my brother and sisters is just unimaginable. And yeah, I wish I could be half the woman she is one day, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's a little bit about my mother, Yvette Soto.
Yvette Soto. Great
Yvette.
woman.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's been a good one, man. It's been a long one, clearly, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for doing this. Thanks for sharing
Thank you.
everything you did share.
Thank you. This was awesome. This was my best time, like, doing an interview per se,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Speaking about yourself.
Just like speaking about myself
Yeah.
because it's just unfiltered and you can just kind of have a conversation and just tune in.
Actually think about what
Actually
you're saying.
think, no pressure, laid back, just talking.
Yeah, it's nice, bro. And we'll
And who
definitely.
better to do it with than Colton?
Hey.
Colton Orr.
Hey. Can't see in the video right now, but we just did a dope right hand handshake. All right, man.
I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you coming on, for real. I'll have you back.
I'm looking forward to fucking all the other fucking episodes you make.
Yeah,
This is gonna be dope.
appreciate
This
it.
is just the beginning of
Just the
something
beginning.
special,
just the beginning
ladies
of the
and
come up.
gentlemen. The come up of Colton Dale.
I'm not even. I was gonna do a cool
You need
little
to get one
tune
of
there.
those sound boxes now.
I think I need a mixer,
That's what it is. A
Yeah.
mixer.
so I guess got the interface here, but that's in the future. We'll upgrade.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, that's it. We're done.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.